on the far right, on the ones and twos, Cronus.
Happy Independence Day for white men from other white men.
Okay. Okay. We are back once again. So Stitch is still running from the FBI, and Blue is running from the Facebook, or not Blue.
Blue, I'm
My
here.
bad. You out, but it's
All
Prodigy.
you don't look like, man.
Yeah. Prodigy's running from the Facebook police. Apparently,
Fuck is gonna get you.
yeah, too many foodies. Zug got tired of it and sent a whole task force after him. So we'll see what's up with that.
We'll see.
I guess we usually start with our statistics, yeah?
That we do, but I have to pull things up because, that's what I have to do now with
That's all
YouTube.
good.
I can tell you listen of the week, definitely.
Okay.
Second listen of the week would be Kimberly. Once again, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
2 weeks in a row?
2 weeks in a row. Yeah.
Damn.
Listening a lot.
So,
You gotta say her full name. It's Hard Eyes Emoji Kimberly space Hard Eyes Emoji.
Yeah.
makes you wonder if Kimberly's a queen of spades. Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on that, but thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Update Odin Drill on your status.
It's marital status.
First in the chat would be Shika Sick Dolphin. I remember Sick Dolphin from a while back.
Oh.
I've not seen you in the chat room in a while.
Yes. Hey, welcome back. I actually know who she is. She's a good friend. She's good people. So, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Infinity Vault. If you don't know what the chat is, whatnot, it's the Infinity Chat. Check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube because we're live right now. You can go to the chat, jump in the conversation, be a part of the conversation.
Oh my God!
But you wouldn't know we're live right now unless you were watching
you
right now.
knew that we were live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you guys, since we're talking about people being Zuck and stuff like that, have you guys seen the video Zuckerberg post for 4th of July?
No. I don't really care about his surfboard and his flag and
Yeah, he's basically on a electric surfboard thingy, waving the American flag. Like, wow.
Okay, sure. We got some RIPs, so I'm gonna pour out some old English this week for some of our dearly departed. Starting with Suzanne Douglas, actress best known for her role as Jerry Peterson on the WB series Parenthood, starring Robert Townsend. She was also in the 1989 film Tap, which starred Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr., where she won an NAACP Image Award for. She is also in a bunch of films, such as Inkwell, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, the Lifetime TV show Whitney, based on Whitney Houston's life, and Netflix When They See Us. She was a lifetime member of the Girl Scouts of the USA, and an honorary member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and a member of the National Council of Negro Women. She died in her home in Martha's Vineyard at the age of 64 from unknown illness or unknown circumstances or whatnot. It's being reported she may have had cancer, but we don't know for sure. Her family has not released the details surrounding her passing. Next up, we have Robert Downey Sr. For some of you freakouts, Robert Downey Sr. Robert Downey Sr. was an actor, director, producer, writer, cinematographer, and the father of Robert Downey Jr. He also has a daughter as well, who's also a writer and I believe an artist. Downey Sr. was known for having written and directed, I believe it's pronounced Putney Swap. Putney Swap. I'm gonna go with that. It's spelled Putney and then SWOPE. So I'm gonna say, I don't know if that's swoop or swap. It's a satire film about the New York City, Madison Avenue advertising world. He was known for making independent films with surrounding the absurdist movement of the 1960s. His movies were often obscure and very few were big budget. His last film was Rittenhouse Square, a documentary about the life in Philadelphia Park. He died at his home in New York City at the age of 85. That's a long life. R.I.P. to
When you posted that in the chat, you said Roddy Downey died. I was
That
like,
wasn't
wait,
me.
what?
That was
Oh, no, it
Stitch.
wasn't you. Yeah, it was Stitch.
Well, his name is Robert Downey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He didn't say
that's true.
senior or
He didn't
junior.
say
though.
senior. Yeah,
That was the problem.
So, next up, we have Richard Donner. Richard Donner was born Richard Schwartzberg. He is a famed director who...
Oh, real quick, hold on. Sorry, we're in the middle of something. But Prodigy, can you hear us?
Oh, he just snuck up in here?
Can you hear us? Hold on. God damn it. This is the problem.
I'm going to keep it moving.
On. Yeah, keep it moving for a second.
All right, so Richard Schwartzberg, a.k.a. Richard Donner, famed director, who's brought movies that inspired many from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. His first major film was the 1976 The Omen, hot off the heels of The Exorcist, that brought him...
Real quick. Sorry. Can you hear us now, Prodigy?
I can now, yes.
There we go. I can hear you now. Speak again.
1 2 1 2.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's going to be audio only, and Old Ninja's going through the RPs right now.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you can't hear him, though.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
Shit.
Do you have
I can glove up.
Do you have the headphone jack available?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have my headphones. I can just plug
Yeah,
in.
grab your headphones.
That's how we do this.
Oh, Prodigy.
live.
Doing it live, and, you know,
Fuck it, do it live.
it's a little different because
Can't be fixed in
we're not set up to have video right now with, you know, the webcam. I have to do a bunch of other stuff to get that working. Yeah, just pass me over your headphone jack, and then...
Is this the jack? I don't even know what this is.
No, give me your headphone. Yeah. What I said, old ninja. What I
I
said.
thought the jack was over here. My bad.
Alright, hold on.
I thought the female jack was over here.
All right, can you hear us now? Can you hear, old ninja?
I can hear you.
Prodigy, can you talk?
1 2 1 2.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I hear his Huda Love
Mine
my
is
ass.
adapter with me.
No, it's fine. The adapter's already on here.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
Yeah.
all right, and hopefully,
So we're in.
Blue,
So
can
now,
you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool.
all right, now we're connected.
Prodigy, talk.
1 2 1 2.
Oh shit.
Damn, Zuck hasn't caught you yet, huh?
Not
He's out
yet.
there like Carmen San Diego.
He's in the bush
Keep
on
try-
his phone,
Keep trying.
sweating.
He's out there with the Bushmaster. Say her name right.
Say she name. Stokes. Back to
hilarious.
Richard Donner. After The Omen, it got him a lot of attention, which landed him around the same time, landed him the deal to direct the 1978 Superman the movie, and later the infamous Superman 2 project, where he was fired for doing most of the work, but it still got used in the theatrical release, and he didn't get credit. So it was a huge thing on that. He also directed The Goonies, which was produced by Steven Spielberg, and all 4 Lethal Weapon films. Even his movies that didn't garner like the box office success or critical success are still talked about, such as The Toy, starring Richard Pryor,
That's a great movie.
Lady Hawk with Matthew Broderick and Michelle Pfeiffer,
You wanna jump on her bones?
Conspiracy Theory and Maverick, both starring Mel Gibson, Timeline with Paul Walker, 16 Blocked with Bruce Willis and Mos Def, and Scrooged with Bill Murray. He
I
directed
love Scrooge.
He directed a lot of TV shows, but one of the most notable is the Twilight Zone episode Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, which starred William Shatner.
Oh shit.
He directed a couple of the Tales from the Crypt episodes for HBO, and he went on to produce both of the feature films. So speaking of his producing credits, he was a producer, usually with his wife. He produced all 3 Free Willy films, The Lost Boys, X-Men from 2000's X-Men, and X-Men First Class. In the 1990s, his assistant was Jeff Johns. So if you don't know who Jeff Johns is, he is currently the president of DC. Like all of DC. Like he still writes, I believe he's an artist as well, but all of the DC TV series now, including part of the Arrowverse, is all executive produced by Jeff Johns. In 2006, Jeff Johns, Richard Donner, and Adam Kubert became the creative team on Action Comics. Together, Johns and Donner collaborated on the stories Last Son and Escape from Bizarro World. Donner and Johns also co-wrote a story for Action Comics issue 1000, released in April 2018. He has an authorized biography titled "You're the Director. You Figure It Out: The Life and Films of Richard Donner." Richard Donner passed away at the age of 91. Cause of death has yet to be determined.
It's kind of cool if you're a fan of any of like the DC shows or movies, TV shows, whatever. There's usually some kind of nod to Richard Donner in those shows. I think recently in Superman and Lois, there's a scene where on the back chalkboard it says to-do list, and it says on there Dr. Donner, and I think that was a nod to Richard Donner. But then I think, oh god, I want to say in Justice League, the Zack Snyder's cut, I think there's another reference where I think if you looked on Clark's cell phone or something like that, like on that one of the numbers on his contact was Richard Donner. I think it was that. I think it was either that or something else.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a ton of Richard Donner Easter eggs in both Man of Steel and Dawn of Justice and Justice League. There's probably a ton of them. I didn't know that Donner was writing for Action Comics. I didn't know he had anything to do with Action Comics.
That's cool.
That blew me away right there, especially with Jeff Johns being his assistant. So he was working with a lot of Superman stuff even after the 70s. I mean, to me, that's amazing. It's just Donner, like, when you heard his name, like, you knew, like, this movie is probably going to be entertaining. Even if it were shit, it was still something you talked about.
Yeah.
So, but when he had a hit, it was a huge hit. It was like almost like part of your like childhood, like a hit. Like it it wrote part of your history.
I like that he was one of those directors who he was like well known. So if you say like you were just saying, like if I say we're gonna watch this Richard Donner film, like you know it's gonna be good. Like it's very rare for like the director to have as much clout as the actors that are in his movies.
I mean, I think with some of
maybe a handful of directors that are that
okay,
way.
I'll give you that handful of directors because I mean, like everyone knows J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
he's pretty up there. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas,
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan's another one. Zack Snyder, obviously, because he was talked about all of 2020. I mean, he has notoriety. That's the point.
Notoriety, but I mean, Hitler has notoriety.
Holy shit!
Just saying. I'm not saying he's Hitler, but I'm just saying. It's like,
I mean, Snyder's had a good year though. Snyder's had a great year. We got to say that.
Yeah. I mean, but he is like when someone says Zack Snyder, someone's gonna. They know who you're talking about. They know at least a good portion of his movies or whatnot. So, and Donner's the same way. So, I mean, a lot of people to this day they love Goonies. They don't want a sequel, especially now that he's not around. I mean, there's 4 Lethal Weapon films. Those are huge films back then. Huge. The buddy cop like genre is pretty much Richard Donner with Lethal Weapon.
And Mike Shyamalan Ding Dong.
yeah, that's what. I just brought him up. Yeah,
that's the only way I can say his name.
He fell from grace though. Like he made really like a couple of really good movies and then like a bunch of like really bad movies.
I mean, he's got a movie coming out in like a few weeks called Old. It's not about me. Just saying.
Well, I mean, you are.
Yeah,
so
but the movie's not about
you.
me. it's not. I'm not.
It's the life and times. So.
Awesome.
Well, it's
a documentary.
There's a documentary about Val Kilmer that's coming out. I saw a trailer for it recently too.
That looks sad as fuck.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Damn.
I didn't even know. I was like, wait, what? And I'm pretty sure we talked about it on a podcast, but like the fact that he had like throat cancer and like now he speaks to a vibrating tool or whatever. Like holy shit. Like damn man, that fucking sucks.
A voice box?
Yeah, voice box. I just know that it vibrates.
Well, I mean,
it's coming right for us.
That's what your voice does.
Yeah.
It's just vibrations that we can understand.
That's why you get that robot voice. It's coming right for us.
It's all bad.
All right.
This is interesting. We have a really interesting Be the BTI question from Warrior Fella.
Oh shit.
Okay. So he's asking, because we're talking about movies, so it kind of like segues into like movies.
Oh yeah, I watched this movie, so we can talk about that too.
He's saying after the success of the Demon Slayer film, which is kind of rare to have an anime film get such high views, especially during COVID, was amazing. do we think that any 2021 wide release movies will gross $1 billion? I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say yes too because Fast and the Furious is like circling that drain
Mm-hmm.
or rising to the top or something. I don't know. Let's see what they're at right
Well,
now.
this is the problem though, is that not a lot of movie theaters are even open yet. Like if we're full, to have everybody in the theater, so that's gonna obviously drive down viewership. And then if you could look at digital sales, those are not counted in the same manner as people being in the movie theater. And if it's digital sales, it's more expensive than going into the theater. So most people have that hesitation of buying, this relatively expensive, product to watch once or maybe over a 48-hour period. So I think that there's a lot going against the movie industry still to this day. I think it's going to run through the rest of 2020. I mean, unless, COVID worldwide takes a huge dip. But, Australia just went back into lockdown.
Yeah.
So Taiwan, I think, went back into lockdown. So there's all these things that are against people still gathering worldwide that I don't think is going to be good for the movie theater industry worldwide for a while. But yeah, what do you guys think?
So I'm gonna push back a little bit on at least on the U.S. theaters opening, because I've been to the theaters twice in the past 2 months, and when I went to my second movie,
Prodigy, goddamn, the fuck?
what is that?
What are you doing, Prodigy?
That better not be a
Is
contest.
that sandpaper?
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not doing anything. What the fuck? I'm listening.
No, there's definitely something. You were doing something because that was definitely on you.
Did you open a bag or something?
No, I'm literally sitting there. Nothing is. I haven't moved.
Is there somebody else? Is there a ghost?
Yeah, is there someone else on it?
Is
Is
the studio
Stitch,
haunted?
did Stitch come up in here we didn't know about?
I haven't moved.
Okay.
Keep going.
So
Stop using your chakra then. I don't know. Just keep it rolling.
so yeah.
Zucky's in the busher. That's what it is. He's
Oh yeah, you about to get arrested.
tapping the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to an AMC theater and I saw Fast 9, which we'll probably talk about later. But the theater was packed, like literally packed. There was literally like, I want to say, at most 7 open seats. Like everything was taken, and there was multiple theaters. I think most of them were probably packed. So I knew that a lot of theaters in like different states, especially going east of California, were more open than here. So I can't speak worldwide, especially if there's countries going into lockdown. That's definitely going to affect ticket sales, obviously. But in the U.S., I think it is going back to being healthy. I mean, I know people are hesitant on going out, but from what I've seen personally, just from my 2 viewings, that people are going out a bit more and theaters are still getting, packed up. And yeah, unless some Delta variant that starts killing people within a week goes on fire.
So this is the thing. So I'm looking at. I'm sorry, Prodigy. Did you want to say something? You made a note.
Yeah. I just super really quickly. For reference, it looks like according to Box Office Mojo, Fast 9. What has it been out? A couple weeks now.
Not even 2 weeks.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if it released at the same time all over the place, Asia, Europe, etc.
It released early in Asia.
Okay, so maybe it got a head start in Asia, but it is at $500 million right now. So there's that. I mean, maybe it could keep climbing, but we got to be very honest. I think that everyone would admit that under normal circumstances, I think this movie would be at least at 800-900 million at this time. But if it's halfway there and it's been a couple of weeks for most releases, it has a spitting chance over the next few weeks to possibly get up to that point. But I think that's one of the ones that has the best opportunity to potentially get up to $1 billion, if not close to $1 billion. But I think a lot of things are going to fall much below the 500 million mark. That's my take.
When I think that there's like a lot of people, me included, like I love watching movies, but I'm not going into a movie theater at this point. Well, obviously you guys know I went to a movie theater, but I literally rented out the whole fucking movie theater. So
Oh yeah, for Chris's birthday.
yeah, that was a little bit different. But I'm not. I'm hesitant right now to go to a movie theater, and yeah, if they're getting packed, then that's cool. But like, it's not going to be as packed for as long as what normally would be possible for movie viewership, because of people that are like me, or people that are just hesitant in general to like go out in public, right now. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'll get the movie as soon as it drops on digital, probably. I'll watch it at home. I'll pay the $30 or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I want to see somebody on top of a car catch a car on top of a car, and yeah, be okay with that, and use magnets and shit. So yeah, I'll stick to my guns. If Fast 9 is only at $500 million and it's 2 weeks out, like, it's not making $1 billion.
Yeah, it a lot of the movie, it usually dies out. But I know they're gonna be releasing it to HBO Max, right?
Yeah,
like
but
I wonder if they get like any kind of revenue from that.
Well, they do, but it goes to the same problem that I was saying. Like, most people are not willing to pay, $20-$30 for a movie, and which is understandable, But I told you my price point for movies even before I think COVID happened.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm willing to pay $20-$30 to watch it at home, especially when you have kids. That's a game changer.
Dude, it's so cheap. It's so much cheaper to watch it at home. Like that $30-$40, it's so much cheaper. Like if you have a family of, like you, K-Mac, and your little one, that's 3 people. That's like $30 on its own going to the movie theater itself. And then you got like popcorn and soda and candy and all that stuff. That can easily add up to almost probably like $75-$80. So all this stuff, watching movies at home, it can be very beneficial if you have like a family. But if you're by yourself and it's just you, then yeah, it's probably not that good. But if you have a girl over, you trying to movie theater and smash or something like that, like
what we did a couple of weeks ago is that we actually K-Mac went to the movie theater just to buy popcorn, and we brought the popcorn home and we watched the movie. That's the best. That's the combo. You wear a mask, go inside, grab your popcorn, watch a movie at home. Good to go.
Nice. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So we'll see with Black Widow, because it's releasing, all these other movies, both in the theater and on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But Disney Plus Premium for $30. So.
But don't you own the movie though when you buy it through Disney Plus?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with Black Widow. So I think for the other movies, if you purchase it through Disney Plus, you own the movie
some of
digitally.
Them. Yeah, I don't know if Raya and the Last Dragon was like that, but maybe. I don't know about Black Widow. I kind of maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
The thing that's interesting though is, I mean, you got that as a model, and people feel one way about it or another, and then at the same time you got HBO doing like no additional costs for their movie as they're releasing, and then you also realize that probably in 6 to 8 weeks at the very most, maybe even less, it's going to be no longer on that premium stuff for Disney. Disney Plus, and you can watch it, included in your already existing membership with Disney Plus. So it's a timing thing as well as a cost thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I mean it really is. We're seeing a definite shift in the way the movie industry is going to operate, going forward. Because I think COVID's going to change a lot of things, and the movie theater industry is going to be one of them. Don't get me wrong, movie theaters are still going to be around. That's why I still have my AMC stock. I'm just saying, I still got it. I just think that people are not going to want to put themselves at risk, especially during this time, because the COVID's still around. If you're not vaccinated, like, it's still a thing. So even if you are vaccinated, this is the problem that I have. Even if you are vaccinated, like, it's 95% effective. Right? So people want to talk about, why are you still wearing a mask if there's COVID, if you're vaccinated? Motherfucker, because there's still a 5% chance that I can get sick, or, I make my partner sick, or my kid sick, So I don't understand why people want to talk about, I'm following the science, when, bitch, it's 95% effective. So the fact that all you people are still in the petri dishes for, COVID at this time when you're not vaccinated, it's like, you're the problem. I'm not the problem. You're the problem.
So one interesting, kind of jump back to the Disney Premium Access. On here on their website, they say with the Premium Access, If a film is offered through premium access, you can order it for an additional $30 and rewatch it as many times as you like, as long as you have a Disney Plus subscription. So I guess you technically own that movie until you cancel your Disney Plus, and then that shit's gone away.
Well, that's the same thing with like almost any DRM type service.
But you can watch it as many times. So I think wait, there's a note on here, Black Widow. Let me see what it says.
Oh, of course. Sick Dolphin brought up a point. Like when you go to the theater, your kid has a high probability of going to the bathroom at the best part,
Or just not giving a fuck about the movie.
or that too.
Yeah, that's a high possibility.
Being all talkative and stuff, and everyone's all like, "Shh," and you're like, "Don't be shushing my kid." Then a fight breaks out. It's all bad.
No, just tell them, no matter their age, Sick Dolphin, this is professional advice right now, okay? No matter their age, you tell them about the Zodiac Killer.
Oh shit!
Then you tell them, go ahead and go to the bathroom by yourself because I'm watching this fucking movie.
That's all bad. That's all bad.
Dude, after learning about the Zodiac Killer, like it made me stop wanting to go like to lookout spots.
You'll be okay on your own. You can make it. It's all right.
I mean,
That's all bad.
there's times. There's that one time where when we were up in during high school, my car got stuck in the mud.
Oh, that was a great time.
Yeah, I guess,
right next to MC Hammer's house.
yeah, and I went. Y'all guys went to get help, and I'm like, where the fuck? They've been gone for way too long, and I took off on Cronus rollerblades,
Yeah.
and I went down the hill, and I was like, oh fuck, it's a bitch to get back up this hill.
I was with my then girlfriend, right? Was it
Julene.
Julene.
Julene. Please don't take my man.
She was cool.
Yeah.
I fucked it up. Because I fuck everything up.
No. And I was dating her friend, Sarah Ross.
Yeah.
Y'all seeing these family memes?
Oh yeah, this is the fucking best.
Oh yes.
Hey, but who else has saw the film besides me?
It's not out on fucking what's it yet, so I'm not even watching it.
If it was on HBO Max, or Netflix or something like that, I'd be watching it. But
Yeah,
it ain't on
Yeah,
there,
see, I
so
went to the
I'm
theater
gonna wait.
packed. I saw that shit. I saw the family.
I don't know, but these memes have been fucking. I mean, there was that one post Prodigy posted up, but then like the comments, it's just endless hilarity.
I blew up them comments. It was me and Professor Dankenstein.
Yeah, I think
We were
it's
going back and forth. It was great.
my favorite one was with the Star Wars reference where Luke and Lana. Wait, it's not Laura.
Leia.
Shit, damn. All right, where Luke and Leia are kissing and Dom is like, hey, that's family, yo, or something like that. That shit was so fucking funny.
I think my personal favorite was Cersei Lannister and Jaime Lannister.
Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, from Game of Thrones. They're all like it's the very first like episode where they're all like in the cave making out and stuff, and then like Jaime's like, hey Dom, what are you doing here? And Dom's like, you don't do that to family. Like pulls the trigger. Oh shit, I was fucking dying.
Yeah, this shit's
That
fucking
was
got
hilarious.
control. Like even they brought back the Sasuke choking one where
Oh,
like
yeah.
where Itachi is choking out Sasuke and basically replaced it with Dom. It's like it's not about family. I don't know what it was, but just that fucking meme coming back was fucking great.
Well, you know what's funny is like watching all these things about. For some reason, the ninth movie is when they're making fun of Dominic Toretto being all about family. I'm like, okay, that's fucking odd. I think it's young people that never watch the rest of the movies, but whatever. But what's funny is go back and watch like the original Vin Diesel commercials of him like playing with toys. I think he did a thing with like the Street Sharks or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I think him trying to like sell toys of like this this young edgy guy. It's fucking, and he has like
He has hair, doesn't he?
a leather vest on. And it's just I think I'm pretty sure it's a leather vest. I would
Yeah,
play it on YouTube, but YouTube's an asshole and they demonetize most of our shit anyway. It's just another excuse. But go back and find the fucking old Vin Diesel commercials with him playing with toys.
Yeah, there's that one. There's an MTV one, isn't he? In there where he's like promoting breakdancing and shit.
Oh yeah.
I think he does a breakdancing move in the commercial too, and he has hair, which is super weird.
Have you heard him try to sing?
No.
He has like an album. I don't know if it's an album. Maybe he has like a single out or something like that. I don't know if it's out, but it was leaked or whatever, and it was like
Cringe-worthy?
Maybe you want to stick with acting and breakdancing.
It's all bad.
What was I gonna say? Dominic Toretto in the movies, just Vin Diesel in general. Everybody makes it seem like he's like a really in shape dude. He is like at the absolute limit of what an M-shaped dude persona is like. Because he doesn't, to me, he's not an M-shaped guy. He's on like the dad bod spectrum. But for some reason, people think that he's like some crazy M-shaped guy, and it's like, not really. I mean, he's kind of like, he has mass on him, but he's not like really in good shape. Like if that dude ran a mile in 8 minutes, I'd be surprised.
That's why I thought he was in a car.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's a scene in the first, I think it was the first one, yeah, where he's like running to get away from the cops, and even the way he ran, it looked like he was about to like, I don't know, pop a lung or some shit.
Yeah. It's especially obvious when like you see him next to The Rock. And don't get me wrong, The Rock is at the other end of the spectrum. That's like, why? I'm just like, bruh, you only have so many cells in your body that replicate so many times. Like, stop. You're in your 50s now. It's time to lean out a little bit. Listen to I think it was Dorian Yates. He's the old like bodybuilder, and he decided like
that name sounds super familiar.
yeah, it's like from the 80s, like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And
Was he a wrestler?
No, he was a straight up. He was a really good bodybuilder. Like you know, he had a great physique, but at one point in time, he was just like, all right, like you can't do this forever. So he started doing yoga and like leaning out. But I don't think The Rock got that message. He's just like, I'm gonna keep being as big as possible for forever. But it's body's not designed to do that. So when people talk about me, like fat shaming, I do it for bodybuilders too. Like if you're gonna bodybuild, just know you're on a fucking timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same. It's the same thing.
But look at Lou Ferrigno. He maintained for a longer time than I thought he would have.
Yeah, but how is he doing right now? I mean, we'll see. But also, we're talking about, okay, these are outliers. The person that you're talking about is an outlier.
Yeah.
The vast
I'm just
majority
saying,
of people.
Yeah, I'm just saying I never would have guessed Lou from like the 70s all the way to this century would be still looking pretty darn big.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But he does look pretty good. But there's also other people. But he's also not as big as he used to be. I'm not. Yeah. But he's big though. Yeah, but The Rock just kept getting bigger. Like he's at his second biggest stage is like right now from like what he's ever been, as far as I've seen him. And it's like, bro, how long are you gonna keep? Like you don't need to keep being that big. Like you can still be muscular and look good.
He's
no
no longer
not
The
be
Rock.
fucking gigantic. And it's like I think it comes down to like basically body dysmorphia. Seriously, I'm not a fucking medical doctor or a fucking therapist or whatever, but when you have to be that big for that long, it's like it's not good for your body, man. It's not.
Yeah. What's his name from Reno 911? Is old too now, but he's still jacked up.
Oh, Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Terry Crews, he's still pretty big, but he hasn't gained additional mass as he's aged. He's just maintained. He's gotten a little bit smaller over the time, but he's not eating 10,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Like he intermittent fasts like I do now. Like if you're getting older, you probably should. Just general advice. But he intermittent fast every day, and yeah, he maintains his mass, but he's not gaining additional mass into his 50s, and that's very odd. And it goes beyond genetics. So.
Well. But yeah, Fast 9, family memes, they keep coming.
I'm gonna take the wheel for a little bit because it was in a chat room. We talked about Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, and I saw it. I purchased it on Amazon, even though I ordered the version that was supposed to be dubbed. It was subtitled, so fuck me. No, no.
Read, bitch.
No, the main reason why is because, man, the action in this fucking movie is outstanding, and like having to read subtitles and like watching the action scene and shit like that, it's fucking crazy. But this shit was really good. Like from beginning to end, and like the end was like holy shit. Like this movie had me on my edge of my seat. It like I would say it's probably like about. Normally movies have like about three, like I don't know what it's called, like 3 scenes or whatever. Like there's the first half, the middle half, and the last. But this one had like 4 of them, and like it's almost nonstop fucking action. But man, the fucking ending. I don't want to give away spoilers, but like holy shit, like I wasn't prepared for the dankness that happened at the end, and it probably will go down as probably like a legendary fucking fight scene basically. But
It's called Mugen Train, right?
Yeah. And it's funny when I saw the name, I was like, wait, isn't this like the JDM like parts for like Hondas and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess it's also called Infinity Train. But yeah, if you have a chance to pick this series or this movie up, definitely check it out. It literally ties into the TV series. It picks up where season 1 of Demon Slayer ends. So yeah, just you have to check this shit out. It's fucking great.
So I actually I thought I was gonna buy it today because I was buying this camera that you're watching the podcast on. If you're watching this live, I bought the camera and I was like, oh, Demon Slayer's right there, like on Blu-ray. I was like, I'll pick it up and like watch it, and see what the movie's all about. And I looked, it was just like season 1, part 1 of season 1. I was like, fuck, god damn it.
Is it out on Blu-ray yet? Sure.
I will say this: it's definitely on Funimation as well.
Yeah.
If you want to stream it, I haven't done it quite yet. I've just been busy with my life and all that, but I definitely will. But I gotta give props too. Like when you talk about the crazy box office numbers, never forget that like in North America, this wasn't advertised for shit. This was all pretty much just word of fucking mouth. You don't see any commercials on TV or giant billboards in Hollywood, Hollywood Boulevard.
I have seen one billboard for this. Like
really?
One of those giant digital billboards. Just one. And I was like, holy shit, is that for a moving train? I was fucking surprised.
I'm just saying, then you found the one out of like
billions out here.
Very like a dozen, because I just got to give props to something that isn't heavily advertised and still does the crazy numbers during the pandemic that it did.
What's also crazy is that this is rated R. Because there's a lot of motherfucking blood. A lot of motherfuckers are dying. Well, there's a lot of blood. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it.
Damn.
There's a lot of fucking blood.
Everybody seems to love it.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
Let me ask you this, Blue. Are you putting it up? Is it like Golden Eggplant nominee worthy?
It definitely is. Wow, I'm blowing up speakers. It definitely is, but I would say it's a little bit below Dragon Ball's Broly. Dragon Ball's Broly was like that fucking fight scene between was it Vegeta and Goku, I think it was. I can't remember which version of Goku and Vegeta merged together it was, but like that fight scene right there is fucking dope as hell. But this is up there. It's definitely up there.
Okay. Nice. Good shit, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see that one, especially if it's going to be a nominee.
So is it streaming on Funimation, or is it you can buy it through Funimation?
You can stream it. You can stream it. I just didn't feel like watching it on my phone.
Oh, okay, makes sense. All right, what's next on the list?
So should we talk about some realness? Because we didn't talk about this, and it's been in the news a lot. It's kind of tragic a little bit, but the condo in Miami collapsing on folks. To this day, they're still recovering people, or rescuing people, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
have they rescued anybody like since
Survivor wise?
Yeah, they probably recovered bodies.
Well, so I guess today they're saying it's now recovering bodies.
Yeah,
they don't think they're gonna get any more survivors.
No, this happened like over a week ago. You can't fucking survive without water for that long. Like no matter who the fuck you are, you're not surviving for a goddamn week without any source of water. So it's food, yeah, you can survive for a while, but without water, you're just stuck in some fucking underneath rubble that you can't get out of. Like you're not gonna survive, and it's terrible. So what happened in that whole situation is like really fucked up, and the fact that they had some warning about it, and they didn't really take it seriously enough. I hope that this is a wake up call for people because they're already calling in question the Salesforce building. In San Francisco, because they have a similar issue where like it's already sinking, and there's thousands of people that work in that building, and they didn't reinforce the base that well, and it's already sinking. And how much time until the fucking building topples over in other buildings? That all around them are residential buildings and other people that work, and
that'd probably be the highest, like, I don't want to say compared to 9/11, but probably the numbers probably will top that because that building is pretty fucking tall. But like the the mere masses of people who would probably die if that building collapsed. Just
Yeah.
even from buildings like around it from it falling, like depending on how it fell. But since it's leaning, I'm gonna assume it's gonna go to that side that it's falling. I'm just thinking like, you know, a tree, if it falls to the side. It'll just come straight down. But yeah, that makes you want to stay out of San Francisco.
Well, there's a lot of things that make you stay out of San Francisco, except for SF Beer Week. I'm just saying. And I just get drunk and forget about it.
Yeah. Is that building bleeding?
Does that hobo have a fucking knife? Fuck it, I'm drunk. All right.
Give him a beer. He'd be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking tragic that this fucking happened, and like the science and stuff is there, and like, you know, fools don't want to put money in to like repair it or fix it, or like this and that.
Well, this is the bad thing. So apparently they knew about it and they did actually fund the repairs. They just waited too long.
Oh
Like
shit!
it was supposed to be repaired in like a month or two, and it was just too late. So.
Yeah, I think for Salesforce Tower, that shit's been that way for like probably a good 4 or 5 years now.
As they were building it.
Yeah.
Like they knew about it. They're just like, oh, fuck it. Just keep it going.
Yeah, and I think it sunk like a fucking 18 inches or some shit. Like that's gotta be that's gotta be huge for a building that's fucking like
That is.
100 stories.
That is huge for a building. Yeah, and also like the other thing, so a Salesforce building is a problem obviously because it's sinking. But the other problem is like there's this major like bridge they have like that I think it connects to the Salesforce building.
Oh yeah, for the like buses and shit.
Yeah, it has multiple cracks already in the structure.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like the fuck. And then also this makes it even worse is that the Bay Bridge going into, you know, San Francisco routinely catches on fire from the base because there's like a hole so for the new Bay Bridge that we have, they have like these rubber like grommets. So if there's an earthquake, like the bridge it'll move, but it won't affect like the actual structure. Like it'll just kind of roll with the punches. The problem is that there was part of that rubber grommet like separated from the actual structure, and so anytime like the waves would hit it, it would cause friction, and then it would catch on fire from just
Oh
friction.
shit.
And it happened multiple times already, and it's like this is like when we talk about, you know, deregulation. This is when we get into issues when like people don't take regulation seriously of like actual building materials, and then you have these things that, you know, our tax dollars paid millions of dollars for, or that corporations paid millions of dollars. Corporations don't really give a fuck about, other than like human life being at risk.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like my tax dollars, that's like a double fucking whammy, because it's like we're literally paying for the shit to happen, and you're picking shitty building materials and not holding them accountable for the. And I know that like the repairs for these things come out of our tax dollars again. So if I was in government, I would just make a change I would make a demand for any public works project that was like given out to like a private corporation that work needs to be guaranteed for X amount of years.
Well, like I also know with the new span of the Bay Bridge too. Like when after they fucking built it, they had to go back in and replace a bunch of fucking bolts because the shit was fucking splitting and cracking and rusting like in fucking days.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you got this fucking huge ass bridge that's like supported by like one fucking tower, which I mean, structurally it's sound, but like, you know, you got fucking bolts and shit that are rusting. Like, holy, this shit's gonna fucking collapse. And yeah, it took me a while to cross that bridge. I think it probably took me about a year to drive over it for the first time.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. You know what's kind of funny is that so for Balance Exchange, which hopefully will come back soon, me and Papa Bear, we made shirts that said "Infrastructure is sexy" because I think people don't take infrastructure for anything like seriously enough. Like we just drive on these roads, go over these bridges, you know, do all these things, and even like into your home, like your sewage system, your electricity, all this shit. This is all infrastructure. And once it fails, it's a huge deal, but most people don't take it seriously. And it's like people need to like take a concerted effort into like really appreciating infrastructure and what it means to, you know, an everyday citizen and how much you use it every single fucking day. And it needs basically like they need a PR firm to come out and just like convince people that this is a cool thing to pay attention to. Like for me now, when I get things in the mail about like what's changing in my community, like I fucking read that shit. Like there's a rock quarry that's near me, that they're going to basically turn into housing development. I think it's mostly condos. And I was concerned. I was like, you're putting condos there, but it's like already near like this Mission Boulevard, which is like the 238, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a major thoroughfare for this area, and it's like there's already too many fucking homes here. There's too many people here, and so like, apparently one of the incentives for the quarry project is that they want to minimize people actually owning cars that live there, and to get them to use public transportation. I'm like, okay, cool. As long as people that move there understand that you have access to public transportation and use that rather than your personal vehicle, then cool. Like if you're not cool with that, then just don't fucking live there, because there's too many goddamn cars that are already here, and they've built up all these high occupancy housings and high occupancy structures already along this one strip, and it's already at its limit, and we just can't deal with that many more people just like living in this area, but they're just gonna keep stacking them in. So at least they have the foresight to fucking downplay having a personal vehicle and using it. Like use public transportation. They're gonna actually put in ferries and shuttles to go to BART and connect to other public transportations, which is great.
And even though it's like 7 years behind, the BART connecting to San Jose is still in the works, even though they still have logistics to work out. But one of the station's built, but it's not open. And it's been built for 3 years now, but the city that it's built in, there's issues because they built new homes, like where the train is supposed to go underneath. So there's structural issues, environmental issues, and like a bunch of shit because the city wanted to get people in it, and they're like, we're building BART through here. We're trying to get to San Jose, and you guys are fucking this up. So I know they've been coming up with alternate plans and a bunch of other stuff. So I mean, it's supposed to keep going, and I know Caltrain's kind of stopped, but it's still in the works. Damn.
Yeah. Prodigy, you got anything to say about this? I know you pay attention to shit like this, so.
Oh man, I got way too much. Yeah, this is something I do like a lot, but from the standpoint of looking back 50 fucking years, this is Bay Area history, but 50 fucking years, ABAG, which is like the Association of Government Workers here for the Bay Area with all the cities and counties, they just completely underdeveloped, refused to develop a whole lot of new housing for a very, very long time, throughout all of our lifetimes, pretty much. And so that pisses me off quite a bit. They also have what's known as the NIMBY philosophy, which is not in my backyard, which is a shitty mentality.
It's the 580.
Which is a real shitty mentality. I mean, here's the thing. Yes, this is a major metropolitan area. You do need to plan and build smart. I'm all for public transportation. I get that. But they have incredibly shitty moratoriums on height. This is why you don't see any buildings over 10 stories high or even 8 stories high in most places other than Oakland, San Jose, and San Francisco. I could go on and on. I like the fact that there's some medium density housing being built in different suburban areas of the Bay Area. Obviously living in Hayward and Union City for the majority of the time that I was on this show, I've been on the show, but man, it's just a real failure to plan. And what frustrates me the most is it isn't anything new. Like they had the forecasts for the amount of jobs that were going to be in this area from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and then they just really said, in a lot of ways, with taxpayer voting as well, nah, we're not building anymore. Or the only building we can do based on the zoning is ranch-style single-family resident homes, and not even apartments that are more than 2 stories high. Yeah, I've read a whole bunch of books on this. I can talk your ears off on it. You do need smart, more housing, and you do need to do it in a good way. But we're already behind the 8 ball, and one of the causes of the rampant homelessness and the fact that it's 10 times more expensive than the rest of the country to buy a house in the Bay Area is because of the NIMBY philosophy and the shitty policies of I don't want you ever building here, ever. So here we are.
Yeah, it goes a perfect example of like the NIMBY philosophy that I was not aware of until my sister actually posted an article about just in this specific issue, was that on the 580 in well, you know what's funny is like when I say the 580, people are like outside of California like, why do you say the? Okay, so 580, which is a freeway that runs sort of parallel to 880 in a certain part. You can't have
18.
18. Yeah, you can't have semi trucks going through there like at all. But you can have it on 880, which is like literally not even 10 miles to the west. It's probably like 5 miles, probably maybe less than that. So,
Maybe, yeah. I think
Because I just drove off of that from the connector from 580 to 880. It's probably maybe 10 miles or less.
yeah, it's definitely less than 10 miles. And the funny part is, like, if you look at the demographics of who lives on the 880 side compared to who lives on the 580 side, becomes very apparent. It's mostly white affluent people that lives on the 580 side, and then poor, people of color that live on the 880 side. And they decided to push all this traffic because they knew that that what do you call it? Pollution from semi trucks is a huge deal. So they just pushed it all to that side and be like, "Fuck it, not in my backyard. Let them deal with it." And they've been trying to like even out the traffic for semi trucks, but they keep pushing back and they can't seem to get it done. And it's incredibly fucked up. It's like little things like that when people talk about when I remember the first time I heard environmental racism, I was like, that's a fucking stupid ass term. But that's literally what it is. Like what I just defined is literally what it is. Is because they want to push all these environmental issues and then make people that are, people of color live in these shitty neighborhoods that are right next to industrial areas and make sure that these other white communities are not in those areas at all. Like that they can live safely in some other area that's nowhere near industrial area or anywhere near pollution. And it's fucked up. And you can see the disparities with medical issues within those two communities. The high asthma rates on the communities that are closer to areas that have semi trucks go through and shit like that, and people don't give a fuck. But then you say environmental racism, people get angry about it. So
yeah, there should be medium density and high density housing in and around Palo Alto and Mountain View, and much more even around Berkeley and going into Richmond and all of that. It's just a matter of decisions made 50, 60 years ago that a lot of them, were terribly designed and selfish and, in favor of one community versus the other. And, we're living with the results. But I just want to remind you guys, when you were growing up in the, mostly in the 80s in the Bay Area, there were not a lot of new housing. There was a few drops in the bucket here and there. And there weren't a whole lot in the 90s either.
Yeah, no. I can actually give a really good example. Is like where I grew up in, for the most part, is in Newark, California. And there was like a 10-year time frame where they built literally zero new housing. Zero new housing in 10 years. And it's like, they're building a lot now, but it's like if you have a 10-year period in any city in the Bay Area where you don't build any new houses, like, what the fuck? Like, how do you expect to... You can't expand your city, like, at all. And the city saw the results of that, where they saw, New Park Mall, which is, like, the major mall that's there. Like, they had to... A lot of people stopped going to the mall. The actual movie theater that was there got torn down. And there was all these other things that just got, like, totally demolished because there was no reason for people to, like, put money in the city because there's nothing to do there. And if you look at Fremont, too, like, Fremont was kind of in a similar situation. It's, like, the third or fourth largest city in California. And there's no fucking downtown. There's no downtown in this city. And I'm like, what? Like, are you serious? And it's all just suburbia.
Yeah, they're trying to build one.
They're building one now, but it's like, it's too late. And... If you look at how much housing costs there, like if you get a house for less than $1 million in Fremont, like you're fucking lucky. Like seriously, you're fucking lucky. And even when Prodigy's moving and like the house where he lives, it's all $1 million plus homes, and that's in Union City. It's not natural. It's all an unnatural phenomenon that's happening here in California.
Yeah, actually, Fremont's not even. Are you talking about by population or by size?
By size.
Yeah,
Okay.
By size.
I'll say
Yeah.
by population.
yeah. It's a little further down on population, but
Yeah.
By size.
but it's up there for
third or
this.
Kinda-
It has a lot. It's a lot of space. Ain't no
It
doubt
is.
about
There's still actually.
A lot
I've
of
been-
incorporated areas.
I hang out in that area quite often, and there's a lot of like empty, like just land. Well, I mean, I know like towards there's an area that's like at bottom of the hill, and there's like cows and shit
Yeah.
that's just sitting there. But then in between the cows, there's just empty like lots where like vegetation's dead, and it's just like there's nothing. And like I'm just like, oh, they can build. I mean, they're trying to build now because there's areas that they're trying to attract people to, but those aren't even done. And they've been working on them for almost like a decade, versus people that set up condos in like a year and a half.
You know what the whole that NIMBY stuff really is. It's that movie Forrest Gump when all them kids are on the school bus and they're like, you can't sit here, this seat's taken, and they make that motherfucking Forrest like go all the way in the fucking back. That's the kind of shit. Like it's I don't want you doing anything here because you have an incentive as a homeowner, especially if you got a home in the 60s or 70s or whatever. You have an incentive. The more scarcity there is for homes, and you do that through zoning and all these other redlining, all this other stuff. But the more scarcity there is, the more your value of your home goes up. So if you ask me as a homeowner who has power and control, do I want you building? Most of the time, you're going to say no. But that's not in the interest of the community per se. And so that's one of the problems, and that's where you need smart local government making decisions that are a little bit more long term for the community. But people in the 50s, 60s, and 70s caused the issues that we see today with California coastal real estate and some of the downstream repercussions, including rampant homelessness. Some of that is all about decisions that were made, because they knew exactly how many people were going to be living here based on forecasting. So here we are.
I think the best example that I saw fairly recently with the whole NIMBY mentality was in Marin County, which has been notorious for shutting down shit, like BART being one of them. And then the best was with George Lucas.
Yep.
Because he wanted to build a studio, and he told the community, like, hey, this isn't going to impact you. We'll be done by dusk. And they're like, no, it's going to be too loud. No, it's not going to be too loud. We have the latest technology here. They push back on him so hard on, like, all sorts of stuff. So what's he do? He builds low-income housing in their area. Best way to piss off rich people.
Yeah. Like the original BART map is... So, hold on. Let me just back up a little bit. For people we're talking about like hyper local shit for us.
Mm-hmm.
But BART is basically like a sub. Like if you were in New York, it'd be like the subway.
And if you're in Atlanta, it's MARTA.
Yeah. So it's just basically it stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. And the original plans for BART,
Not Bart Simpson.
it reached from like. Well, let me see like somebody bullshit wrote for a minute, so I can pull up like the two maps of like what BART was supposed to be and what BART is right now.
So wait. Well, from now,
What?
it goes towards Fremont to...
I think Milpitas is as far south it goes.
No, not
No,
yet.
no,
Milpitas
it's
isn't open yet.
Oh, okay.
That's the station
Yeah, so
that's
it's-
having issues. So it
Hold on,
goes Fremont to all the way to the San Francisco airport, technically.
Yeah, hold on. So when it released, sorry, my dad worked for them.
Yeah.
When it released back in the day in the 70s and whatnot, and all throughout our lifetime in the 80s and 90s, it went from Fremont all the way out to Richmond, and then out to eventually out to Pittsburgh. And then for San Francisco, it went to Daly City, and then way later, like late 90s, early 2000s, they expanded it to the SFO airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where it is currently today. And then the
Yeah,
Dublin...
that's not where it was supposed to go. Like way past that though.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to go to San Jose.
Well, even farther than that.
It's supposed to go to fucking Novato.
Oh shit, that's hella far now.
Yeah.
But then, like, I think it was supposed to go as far south as maybe I think it was either Salina or maybe Gilroy. I think it was as far as south it was supposed to go.
I can see Gilroy. I can't see Salinas because there's not a whole lot in between Gilroy and Salinas.
Yeah, but if there's transportation there, like people could live out there, and then
Well, people do live out there, and it'd be easy. It'd be an easier commute for a lot of people because people commute to the Bay from like Los Banos.
yeah.
So those of you who don't know, Los Banos is a city where there's no jobs. It's just where you.
Well, nobody lives there either.
Yeah,
Right?
well, no, people live there. They buy their homes there, but they commute to the Bay.
You gotta say it right, man. It's Los Baños.
Yeah, and for those who have shitty Spanish, that is called the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought shitty that place is. But
That's
houses out there
terrible.
are probably dirt fucking cheap. Like
Of
you probably
course.
get like a 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 15-car garage for like $8.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
$8 in the Snickers.
Same thing with Modesto and all those like Central Valley like spots because they're cheaper because there's nothing there. There's no like industry jobs, quote unquote, as they say.
But it
That's out
literally took Bart, I don't know what, good almost 50 years to go further south on to Fremont, like to go to the West Fremont area.
I would say 30. It's taken 50 to get to San Jose like they originally planned.
Well-
Ain't even there yet.
Not even there.
Yeah,
And there's
but
issues
never-
there now.
but never forget, just in terms of part of that history, Santa Clara County, just like Marin County, gave the big middle finger to Bart.
Yeah, because
From-
Santa Clara
Going
County
to
had
VTA.
their own. They had their own public transportation at the
No,
time.
no. Hold on. In the 70s, early 70s, what was it, 72, 73, VTA was a fucking joke besides
No,
buses.
it wasn't even VTA then. It was called something else.
Yeah, so yeah, let's be clear. They just gave the middle finger because there was all. Let me be real. There was all of this, and you can look up the newspaper articles. There was all of this propaganda bullshit talking about how if you have a BART station here, it'll bring the darkies and crime, and we don't want that. And you could everybody thinks coastal California and the Bay Area is so progressive and liberal, whatever. The fuck.
No, we're not.
But yeah, there's
They just hide it better.
Yeah, there was plenty of dog whistling about how if you bring Bart down here, those people are going to come down here and work or live or whatever the hell. So
Prodigy, what do you mean, you people?
I'm looking at some like California's largest cities by land area, and one of this is super surprising. The top 3 city is California City.
Was it California City?
Yeah, it's a California city. It has one of the 3rd largest land area.
that's probably one of them things up north that it takes up like 600 miles or something, but it's all forest for growing weed.
203 square miles.
Oh shit, there's
That's
a
a lot.
California City.
Yeah, I just said there was. The fuck?
You didn't. Yeah, I definitely know.
San
what that is.
Jose's number 4, number 5 is Bakersfield, which I'm not surprised because that's in the middle of the desert, sort of.
I kind of want to go to this place.
Yeah, so the only map I can find is like the one that's like it only shows like part of the original map, but the original map in 1956 was much
Damn.
larger than it is today.
Yeah,
Like the
Yeah,
goal,
folks said no.
the goal was for it to go all the way up to Sacramento too, right?
I think that they used it because now you use the train to get to Sacramento. I don't see Bart doing that.
Bart would've
Bart is
replaced the
literally a
train.
fucking train. Yes, they could. Yes, they
Yeah,
could do
but
that.
they use like the railroad trains versus the.
So Bart is on a railroad. There's a 3rd rail, but yeah, they
Well-
could have done it.
Yeah, it could have done it. But I will say this too: the width of the tracks is different from the railroad
Yeah.
versus Bart,
It's more
along
narrow.
with the 3rd rail.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been done. It's just people had these not my neighborhood.
You want to talk about shoulda, woulda, couldas? My favorite old school story from my dad growing up was that when they originally were building BART across, from West Oakland all the way into the city, they originally had plans and they had some of the tracks already laid for BART to go across the Bay Bridge, like on the bridge itself.
Yeah.
And then they went the 50 times more expensive route of going underneath underneath the water and whatnot. But for a long time in the 80s, 70s, and 90s, I think you could still see some of the remnants of the old tracks that they were that never got used that they started.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
I mean, in hindsight, though, the Bay Bridge is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
The tunnel is still there.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. I'm just saying, that cost, and it's just fascinating local history in terms of a bridge versus a tunnel, and certainly you need both. There's even been a whole lot of, you talk about infrastructure. There's been a whole lot of cases made that you needed a second Bay Bridge way back in the day, like 30, 40 years ago.
Well, I mean,
like
we have the San Rafael Bridge, and that has sorry, what was the one in San Leandro? The 92?
The San Mateo.
San Mateo, yeah. They built another bridge to expand it.
Yeah, they did.
So,
Well,
hate that fucking
yes,
bridge.
but I guess what I'm talking about is almost like a twin bridge to the Bay Bridge. So maybe even connecting southern San Francisco to to Oakland.
Oh, okay. Like kind of like what if you're up in like Vallejo, there's two bridges, one in each direction. But I guess it'll be for the different cities.
Yeah, you're talking about Carquinez and Benicia.
Yeah.
why is my call about to end? This is very weird. Hold on, Prodigy.
Oh,
Zuck's
I can
closing
hold
your
on, you
position.
might-
I can try it back.
Yeah, try it because it says it's about to end. So I don't know if you're gonna
Okay.
cut out in a second. So just come back. You still there?
Nope.
No. Yep. The whole thing just.
Yeah,
I don't know why there's a timer now.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's very fucking strange. This is the first time this has ever happened.
I've never seen that too. Since when is there a timer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
It might be something new they're doing.
It's like, this is like an hour? Yes, it is literally an hour. That's what got him. So I gotta get it Prodigy back, so just give me a minute here.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, let's move on to.
Bust open his list. We're talking about some Loki.
So we'd have to talk about
Last
week's Loki. Yeah. I haven't seen today's, and people were kind of lightweight spoiling it, so I'm trying to avoid some stuff. I'm gonna try to watch it.
Have you
later
watched
tonight?
Have you watched last episode of Loki, Cronus?
Yes.
Okay. Holy shit! The fucking what the fuck moments in this episode was crazy. My favorite by far. Sorry if you haven't watched it. It's been already a week, so sorry. Was with Lady Sith.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, the actress herself. Like, is it Alexandria something, right?
Jamie Alexander.
Jamie Alexander. I love her character. Like, I love the actress. She's pretty fucking hot. But just the fact that they brought her back, because she's been missing from the Thor movies. Like, we haven't seen her. I guess did she die during Ragnarok, or
No,
she wasn't even in it, right?
No, she's not in any of it. She just goes missing, and I heard that they're gonna bring her back, and that they were gonna concoct some story about why she's missing. So we will probably see her more. Whole reason why she wasn't there is because she was in the TV show Blind Spot.
Yeah.
So she hurt herself a lot on that show. So it's kind of weird.
But she also have a baby.
Maybe. I don't know if she had a kid, but I do know like she broke her back, broke her leg, like all kinds of shit on the show, doing her own stunts or whatnot. But we bring her back, and it's a point in time that's in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes out, and I guess Loki thought it'd be funny to like cut a lock of her hair off
Yeah.
when she's like sleeping or resting or something. And she comes in and knees him in the fucking balls, and fucking punches him in the face, and then tells him he's gonna be alone forever. And he's stuck in this moment as basically a time prison.
Yeah, but we're kind of jumping ahead. So, if you watch this episode before, the Loki and female Loki were stuck on a planet that was about to fucking be destroyed. But Time Variant team was able to figure out where they were. They busted on the scene, and they were arrested and brought back into the Time Bureau before the world was destroyed. And I forget his name. Luke Wilson.
Morbus?
Morbus, yeah. He's like, he tells Loki, like, hey, yeah, you fucked up, you backstabber, blah, blah, and basically threw him into a fucking time loop prison. And I was like thinking, like, man, how fucked up would that be to really relive a shitty part of your life over and over again, like
Forever.
I didn't even say how long he was in there. I think probably like.
Who knows? He doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he said, I think at one point he says he was there for like a while.
Yeah.
Like months, I think. At one point he said it was like a considerable amount of time. I was like, dude, that's a long time to be punched in the nuts over and over again. Because as soon as she leaves, it's like a 30-second timeout just to get the nuts to heal up, and she's back at it.
Yes, and it's not just a female that's doing it. It's a fucking warrior.
Asgardian female.
Asgardian female who knows how to fucking fight, and she's there to inflict pain on you and just. Oh, I mean, maybe I guess it could be kind of a turn on at some point. Right?
If you're into ball humiliation, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
but I don't think Loki's down with that, even though he's.
Yeah, I mean, it's shown in the show that he is bi.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I guess people are making a big deal. I'm like, well, yeah, Loki's gonna do what Loki needs to do in order to get what he wants. Whether he turns into a female, whether he turns into a creature, whether he fucks a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Because he fucks a horse in the comics. He fucks a horse in the comics.
But jump back to the episode. There's no horse fucking in the episode. But
to Prodigy's dismay.
Yeah, but yes, Loki, like he learns that, you know, everybody in time variance is a fucking a variant himself. And he tells Owen Wilson's character, Morbius. Is it Morbius?
It's Morbus.
Morbius, okay. I can't say
It
Morbius.
sounds like Morbius when they say it, but I believe it's Morbus.
Red or blue pill. But no, so he tells Morbius, like, hey, yeah, you know, you're just a variant and blah, blah. And it starts to make sense because, you know, Morbius is like, he keeps bringing up fucking jet skiing. Like, oh, man, I want to have a jet ski. Like, that's just going to be fucking dope and this and that. But, like, I guess it starts to resonate with him. And so he kind of, you know, comes back to Loki to kind of set him free to try to figure out what the fuck's going on. But something twisted that we didn't see coming was that homegirl from Lovecraft.
That's not the same. It's not the same person. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
Yeah, she after when she was controlled by female Loki, that she got a glimpse to see who the fuck she really was, and so she's like asking female Loki, like she even takes her back into the world that's about to fucking end. Not the world that ends, but like I think like Louisiana or something. So like a storm. Yeah,
so they hide in where it's hard to detect her.
Yeah.
Basically, where she's been hiding is an apocalyptic event.
Yes.
So they go back to it just before everyone dies.
And so yeah, homegirl learns that she's like she's not C036 or something like that. Or is that the other chick? I don't remember. I don't remember her name.
Oh no, yeah, because
they're all numbers. Yeah,
they are numbers.
Yeah, but so she finds out the truth and stuff like that. But then also in the beginning of the episode, we get to see what happened with female Loki. Like, she was just a fucking little kid when the time variance came and got her.
On Asgard.
Yeah, on Asgard, yes. And
we see Asgard once again as we saw it in the MCU.
Yes, we do. And we see her as a little girl, but they don't explain, like, what event caused her to become a variant.
And she asked for why she was picked up, and they still don't, like, the agent that took her is the head of the TVA currently, and she still won't explain to her. She asked her flat out when they're in the elevator, what did I do to cause me to get picked up? What was so horrible? And she won't even answer. She says, I forgot. Like, you don't forget. You don't forget, at least not that character, especially when she's out killing.
Yeah, especially since she fucking got away from you. Like, she's like one of the only variants to fucking escape, basically.
For a while, for more than decades, probably centuries.
For real, or maybe it could have been a couple of minutes because
could have been.
Probably jumped into a time zone and disappeared for a little bit.
It could very well.
But I mean, they probably would have found her though, because they would have the whole timeline and variant lines and should have fucking started.
Well, she knew where to hide. She had her timeline points.
But as a kid, she's a Loki, so yeah, she probably did know.
So as a kid, we see her get convicted.
Yeah, but that's when she also escapes.
Yeah, she escapes, but I'm sure they chased her, but she figured it out where to hide. So, and I think she talks about she found by accident. She just like stumbled across like, hey, I'm not being chased. I wonder why, and then boom, everything's about to blow up.
Yeah, so jump back to where we were. So like Loki is being saved by Morbius. There's a lot of M's in this series, but not I guess in Marvel, but yeah. So like, you know, they go see the time council console, the 3 fucking lizard people in the sky.
Is it the time cops? They're called the timekeepers.
Timekeepers, but Loki called them the fucking lizard people in the sky, which I
That's
think
true.
is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
It's totally a fucking nod to like conspiracy theorists out there.
Yeah, he talks shit about them. He just says it's time lizards.
Yeah.
Right, and Morbius like, you need to pay them respect. He's like, well, they're lizards, aren't they?
Yeah. But it's crazy because like morphine.
Wait, hold on. We gotta talk about this.
Yeah, let's go.
So Loki and Lady Loki are found because a huge conflict or vex happens at the moment where they're at, and they don't understand why, and they're trying to get it out of Loki, like what's going on, and then Morbius figures out like you like her. You were trying to fuck her. You were trying to fuck the female version of yourself. Loki tried to fuck himself. And
Is that where your question came up from I think it was last week or the week
it was
before
my
about
intro. It was part of my intro.
Okay,
If you
yeah.
fuck yourself, is that...
is it masturbating?
Yeah,
or
if
is
you
it,
fuck the opposite sex of yourself, is that still masturbation?
okay, is it masturbating or is it masturbation or is it incest?
Those are very good fucking questions. I have no idea, because that's a super weird a sexual paradox.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pointed out that he has feelings for the lady version of himself, which makes sense because he's a narcissist. He loves himself, and he meets a female version of himself that he finds attractive. So that makes so much sense on why he wants to fuck the lady version of himself.
It does.
Go ahead, keep going.
But yeah, back to morphine, or fuck, what's the hell his name?
Morbius. That'd be awesome if his name was Morphine.
Was it? Oh, sorry, it's Mobius.
Yeah,
Right,
is it
Mobius,
Mobius?
not
Like the
I keep
Mobius
saying
mobile?
Morbius.
Like a Mobius strip.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mobius. How kind of gotta make sense with the whole time traveling, whatever. Anyway, so he rescued Loki out of the time loop prison, but he runs into his captain because he stole basically the key to fucking find out what happened to Agent C-42 or whatever her name is. And yeah, he basically gets fucking dusted like fucking Thanos snapped his finger, dusted.
All bad.
Bad.
What did they call it? They call it
Pruning.
Yeah,
Tree.
prune him.
Yeah.
Woo!
So you basically got pruned out
Prune
of
him
fucking
from
existence.
Prune him from the timeline.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, holy shit! Like
I
thought
was
he was
ready.
a major character.
I was ready.
That was some fucking Attack on Titan shit.
That was all bad.
But yeah, so Loki, we gotta see he kind of had a little bit of a connection with Owen Wilson's character Morpheus.
He did, because he made him trust him, which
Yeah.
is super rare.
It is very rare.
And when he found out it was the truth, he got pruned. All bad.
But then, kind of jumping ahead to inside of the Timekeeper's room, Lady Loki and Loki meets them, and they fucking start to fight. Like they take out guards and shit like that, and female Loki actually they get help. They get surprise help from homegirl from Lovecraft.
Mm-hmm.
She her eyes are wide open. She see what the fuck is really going on. So this part that was hella funny too was that like female Loki, she like ran toward the time cops and like the director stopped her and like made her jump back to where she were. But then she did it like another time and it didn't. Oh no, I think their collars came off.
That's when Lovecraft girl took the collars off.
Yeah, that's where
she came in, busted in like gangbusters, took the collars off, and then dipped.
Yeah, she was fucking dope. But like then that's when like the whole fight scene started coming in. They start motherfuckers getting branch trimmed here, there, here, and there. But then female Loki throws like a fucking, I don't know, a boomerang or some shit like that, and takes off the head of one of the timekeepers, and his head fucking falls off. And you're like, oh shit, she fucking killed him. But then it turns out they're all fucking robots, and it's like, wait, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck's going on here? And then like
some some Wizard of Oz type shit.
Yeah, exactly. And and then female Loki was talking to Loki, and like Loki's like, oh, we're gonna figure this out, and this and that, and this and that, and fucking Loki starts to disappear from the middle to the outside, and it looks like he's been trimmed by the director of the TVA, and you're like, wait, what
I was
the
like,
fuck?
yeah, that's what got me. I was like, oh shit.
They literally did fucking the scene from Attack on Titan when like the lead person you think like is gonna survive this shit, and all of a sudden he gets eaten by a fucking titan. You're like, wait, is he not the main character? Like, how is he dying already in like the first 2 episodes?
And
like,
holy
shit!
And his arm falls out.
Yeah, it's like holy shit, this motherfucker's a done deal. He's a wrap. And female Loki, she gets mad because I guess she has feelings for Loki too, and like
Yeah,
she starts kicking homegirl's ass, and like she's about to prune her too, and then she stops for some reason. I can't remember exactly what happened because it was a fucking week ago. A lot of shit happened.
Because she dares her to do it. She's all, do it then. She's all, no, I want answers.
Yes.
You're coming with me. And then we see that Loki is in some kind of realm.
We get our first mid-credit thingy.
Oh, mid-credit scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, we see that Loki is in some kind of purgatory, maybe? Or a void?
Trash planet
or some in-between space. And he sees multiple Lokis over him. There's a black Loki, kid Loki, alligator Loki, and like old man Loki.
With some fucking saggy granny.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of the Lokis, and he's like, "Well, am I dead?" They're all, "Nah, but you're about to. You need to come with us.
Yeah,
come with me if you want to live."
That shit was like, I don't know, that scene right there where it turns out he wasn't dead. I'm like, oh shit, like, what else is going on? Like, are people being pruned, or are they just being fucking transported to
another realm?
Another
like
realm.
A void? Yeah, like the Phantom Zone, maybe.
So that's what I kind of thought when with the whole Thanos snap. I kind of thought like people weren't really dusted. They were just basically the universe was split in half, and basically there was like universe A and universe B, and like everybody was just basically separated. But
they were definitely dead.
But yeah, people.
Yeah, because in the comics they go to the Soul Realm or Soul. They're inside the Soul Gem, I guess.
Which is death.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
and they're trying to figure their way out. So, with Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I think if you're missing your corporeal body, most people would consider you dead.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, pretty sure. That'd be death.
Should be. So, I have not seen today. So, the new episode aired today. It looks like there's some major stuff happening from what I can tell from like the memes that kind of tell you stuff but not giving away too much. So, I'm excited to see today's episode. I'm gonna watch it when I get home. It looks like because there's only 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
yeah.
very short.
So there's this week, and then next week's the finale.
Damn.
So
Disney wasn't putting out that money.
I mean, they probably did, and it's like this way we can only get this many episodes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like with WandaVision, like they probably spent about like I don't know about $500 million for this series, and
maybe
they got 12 episodes.
Did they get 12? Yeah, they got 12, and then same with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they got 10.
Yeah, they got
this one got 7.
They got Owen Wilson and fucking I guess the actor who played Loki is probably more.
Probably more. I mean, probably
price tag a little bit higher.
Can you just imagine like how lucky Marvel got by already setting up all these shows?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like before the pandemic. Like seriously, like we've gotten a couple of solid shows during the pandemic. Like we got Falcon the Winter Soldier, we're getting Loki now. We got some stuff last year too, right? What was the shows that happened last year?
I don't think we got anything until WandaVision, which was in January.
Was it? Okay, well,
yeah.
WandaVision's another one. I mean, it's just like, damn, like that probably saved. Well, not saved Marvel, but that definitely did Marvel and Disney Plus like a lot of good.
Yeah, because the only thing that was like, this is the thing that Project kept talking about. The only thing that was keeping, in his opinion, afloat, or Disney Plus afloat, was The Mandalorian. And I was like, well, there's a bunch of other original content just I wasn't interested in. There's that High School Musical stuff. They had a bunch of that. They had Lady and the Tramp live action. They had
Cruella.
Listen.
No, before Cruella, there was another like.
Oh, they did have a live action. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
There's some other live action stuff that was on there that I didn't care for, but I get it why other people would watch it.
One of the greatest shows on Disney Plus, if you have kids, is Bluey. If you have kids, watch Bluey. I'm just saying, it's an Australian show about dogs. It's animated. It's fucking awesome. I highly recommend it to everybody. Like, I don't know how many awards. It had to have won some awards by now. Because it's such a good show. It's a show where, usually when I'm watching shows with families, the dad's always a fucking dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
And in this show, the dad is awesome. And so is the mom. And the kids are great too. Like, it's just them like playing with their kids and shit like that. Like, it's so much fun. Let me see. If it's highly rated, because from what I've seen so far, I've watched like both seasons. It's usually like when you have kids and they're watching a show. Like, I don't watch a show, I listen to a book or something like that. But this show, like sometimes I'll like put down the book and like actually watch it, and it's really good.
Yeah. Also, Disney Plus had Soul, which won an Academy
Yeah.
Award.
Yeah, yeah.
What, even though it was later in the year, they still had that. I'm trying to think. There's some other like properties. I mean, they had Mulan late 2020, but they also had Raya and the Last Dragon, which was pretty popular. What else is there? There's some. I mean, they brought in more 20th Century Fox stuff. I mean, I was watching The Bad Batch, which is now. I was definitely watching Clone Wars, which was on there. There's some stuff on there that kept it afloat.
So can I jump back to...
Hold on. Rotten Tomatoes, Bluey has 100% audience score.
Good lord.
100%. On planet Earth, basically fucking impossible. Basically impossible. I'm just saying. I don't see any critics reviews, which is kind of odd, but 100% user reviews, just general audience is fucking... that's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
How many reviews?
I can't see. Like, it's kind of weird.
Usually, yeah. It's usually
Kinda-
right under, but...
Can I jump back to Loki? Oh shit, I fucking lost it. Their budget for Loki was $25 million per episode,
Damn.
which that's a fucking
That's a
lot.
lot. That's a
Money.
movie. That's two
Yeah.
movies.
Holy shit! I'm trying to see what it was for WandaVision.
I'm looking
Holy
up
shit.
IMDb, 9.7 for Bluey.
There you go.
So
Damn.
yeah,
That's
there
still
it is.
high.
That's,
Even
that's over 3,000 reviews.
Holy shit. To remain that high with 3,000 reviews is pretty tough.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Reddit saying that for WandaVision, the budget for the entire series was $225 million.
That's a movie.
Yeah, that's a fucking. Well, the show. It was pretty fucking high for. So it looks like about $15 million an episode.
That's a lot.
I don't know.
Dude,
Reddit.
you can still make a pretty decent blockbuster film with 15 million.
Yeah, fucking WandaVision was really well. It was all about fucking Agatha, because that fucking reveal at the end was
Dude.
fucking great.
That song though, that song was on fucking like iTunes and Spotify and Amazon. Like people were slapping that shit. There's a trap version. There's a country version.
Yeah.
There's an EDM version. That shit was slapping everywhere. I went somewhere and like it was playing in the background. I heard that shit. I was like, hold on, I recognize that shit. That's Agatha.
Yeah.
God dang.
On Vulture.com, Bluey is the best the best kids show of our time, and I'm gonna agree.
I'm gonna check
I'm
this
gonna
out.
agree. It's so much fun especially if you have kids. It's so much fun to watch. If you don't, I don't know. You don't have kids, okay?
Okay,
I'm not gonna shit on you.
Well, Little Baby Blue, I wonder if the show is continuing to be popular, if he'll get any kids are mean. And if your name rhymes with something, or if it's similar to something else, they're definitely gonna tease you about it. Like, so growing up, like, what is it? I'm trying to think of a thing. Well, one thing for like from old school, like, you're my boy, Blue. Like, yeah, I got that a lot growing up. But,
No, you didn't
not
get it growing up. But
As an adult,
Yeah, you're an adult.
as an adult, which it was cool back then. But like, being a kid, there was the whole. I don't want to get my first name, but I got teased for the first name, the last name, my other last name. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. But Matrix definitely made my other last name fucking dope. Mr. Anderson.
Everybody's putting together your whole name right now.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Like, what is his entire
Be
name?
be prepared for all your personal information to be disappeared or plastered all over the internet. One of the two.
As long as they don't-
Oh.
as long as they don't post my fan only nudes.
Unless
No, fans only. I'm on the other site.
Oh,
I'm the Chinese website.
that's the one
Damn.
where they literally just sell fans.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm the only one that saw Fast 9
Yep.
so far. I mean,
I don't trust theaters yet.
I went. I kept my mask on, even though, but I was with I was with a friend, so we were keeping it cool. But we sat next to like randoms, so I'm like, I'm definitely keeping my mask on
Yeah.
because I don't know you. You're
Was
sitting
it-
next to me.
Was most of the people did they have their mask on or?
Most people did.
I think it's
So-
kind of cool. Like, even though like they lifted the whole mask mandate, it's really rare. Other than when you're out eating food, but like when you go to like Target or this and that, like people still wearing their masks. There's like only a handful of people that don't wear masks.
So I have to say, it depends on what city you're in too. 'Cause
Yeah.
being in Sacramento, nobody was wearing a freaking mask. Nobody cared. and like I was wearing a mask, everyone's staring at me. I'm like, yeah, what? What are you gonna do? Like, you gonna tell me to take off my mask? I don't think so. You can try, not for my cold dead hands, but it was just weird because nobody was wearing a mask, and I guess it's weird to me because now, recently in the state capital, more people contracted COVID-19 as of late. So now the state capital reissued a mask mandate if you're at least in a government building, as far as public stuff.
Oh, Ninja, this is what you do. If a lady asks you why you're wearing a mask or take your mask off, ask her to take her panties off. That's just a solution.
I'll just say the bra.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get you some ass, man.
That's all good. I'll just say the bra.
My excuse is gonna be I don't feel like raw doll in life right now.
Oh, damn. But yeah, Fast 9 was it was what I paid for. I expected craziness and I got it. And I mean, there was some heartfelt moments. You know, they tried to tug at the heartstrings. I'm like, oh, I get it. This is cool. This is nice. This is chugging this around. But I mean, they literally sent 2 Negroes to space, and I was just like, this is just wild. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. Like, I didn't expect an Oscar-worthy film. I got what I wanted. I got cars, guns, you know, hot chicks, and fighting. That's what I paid for, and that's what I got. So I'm not mad. I'm not saying that it's for everyone. It's definitely not like it's not a film where you want to be critical about. It's a movie that you want to kind of laugh at because it's ridiculous, but still have fun with it because it looks cool on screen. So it's like, you know, if you're expecting, I don't know, like some kind of like super deep kind of thing. Like, have you seen the other 8 of these fucking films? Like, what the fuck? What'd you expect?
Is there 8 or 10?
It's
Well, no,
9.
I'm thinking
it's
of
9. Yeah.
I have the Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, Hobbs that's part of it, but that's like a spin-off series, whatever. So, I mean, and like literally everyone's in the fucking film. Everyone from the past is in it.
Is Tokyo Drift in that count?
Han, yeah, Han is in it, right?
Han's in it. I mean, they show him in the trailer, but they explain why he comes back.
Yeah, because, you know, plot armor, I guess.
Yeah, plot armor.
His car definitely didn't blow up, and he probably crawled out of it at the last minute and definitely get burned alive.
Yeah, you can see from the camera angle that they show that he crawled out.
So...
And been gone for 15 years.
No, don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. I don't want to
bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit, but it works. It works. It's plot armor, and I'm like, okay, sure.
So does a person on a car catching another car on top of the car. So I get it.
So does flying a Fiero in space.
Yeah,
totally works. A Pontiac Fiero with no wheels, and somehow they managed to like get fucking jets on it and shit. And they strap a fucking jet engine to it. But sure, plot armor.
If it was a Ford Pinto, I'd have been more realistic.
Well, they would have died if they used the Pinto.
No, Pinto was fucking indestructible.
No, those things exploded.
So
that's why I didn't use that shit.
The whole funny thing with was it Pinto or it
was a Pinto. Ford Pintos had a problem of exploding.
Yeah, so the problem was with their gas tank. I guess the bumper was too close to the gas tank, and like if you got rear-ended, the bumper will rupture the gas tank.
Boom.
And well, I don't know if any cars ever actually blew up.
Oh yeah. People died.
Fun fact, gasoline isn't flammable, it's the vapors that are flammable.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean, if the vapors are out from the gas and especially back then, people were smoking like crazy.
Oh.
You came out there and you had a freaking smoke in your hand. By the time you walked to the edge of the car, boom.
I can't remember. There was some comedian that was talking about how long it took for gas pumps to have signs that says no smoking.
After like the few of them blew up or people caught fire. That's awesome.
So quick question, Carlos, what beer are we drinking? Because this shit's like drinking fucking like apple juice or some shit. It's fucking thick.
Y'all drinking the cider?
You got the thick side. I forgot to mix it around. I got the light side. You got the thick side. It's actually still thick at the bottom.
Holy.
It's like nut.
Yeah.
It's like fucking yellow nut.
This
not
is actually I like it. It's called a caramel apple. It's a sour ale with apple, caramel, cinnamon, brown sugar, and lactose, and it's from a brewery called. So they tried to be artistic and then tell me who the fuck they're from. I'm sorry, from Mountains Walking Brewery.
Oh yeah.
It's an 8% beer, and I actually like it. It's sour, but I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a sour. I think the cinnamon and the apple in this taste. You did shake it though.
I did, but it's not enough because I definitely
not
got the
enough
lighter. Because look at, I mean, this side is like way darker. Or
Yeah.
it's like way thicker, but my side was like way lighter.
Because I was thinking like, man, it's just like fucking drinking apple juice. Like, and it tastes like
It's like a Kern's
apple. It tastes like applesauce. That's what
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, it's really good, man.
That's
Yeah, next time I should have rolled it around.
Did you get it from
Tavor, yeah.
Cool.
that's nothing compared to that cider you brought that one time.
Which one?
You brought that one that was like 13%, but it tastes like
the-
apple juice. That shit was.
Yeah.
Woo, that was.
Fucking
That
Johnny,
was.
Johnny C apple juice.
Oh
Or apple
man,
cider.
that was
apple
dangerous.
whiskey.
That was dangerous. Super dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
On your screen.
King Arthur brought it up in the chat, and Prodigy actually asked us to talk about it
Oh,
on
did
the podcast.
he fall off or?
No, he
Yeah.
did. He wanted to do something else. I mean, he's
Oh.
having fun in San Diego. It's all good.
Just being chased. I'm telling you.
Buddhas.
Yeah.
He's definitely being chased. Hopefully not. So it's about the new Nintendo Switch that they just announced.
Woo!
King Arthur brought it up,
Here we
and
go.
he said that the Nintendo is releasing a new Switch. Oh, sorry, no, he said without 4K. Sorry, I read your comment wrong. So yeah, it is not 4K, 60K, so or 60 frames per second. So the new Nintendo Switch is called the Nintendo Switch OLED, and basically, the main things that you're getting with this new console is that the screen is slightly larger. So instead of being like, I think it's like 6.7 inches in diameter, it's going to be 7 inches in diameter.
Oh,
And then,
give it to her.
and it's going to be OLED, which is good for power and brightness and darkness levels, which is great.
Also for like weight, right?
Well, yeah, for weight too, but it's not, it doesn't weigh that much. You know, most of the weight's in the fucking battery. You're going to get a larger kickstand, which is cool because the original kickstand is kind of fucking janky. You will get a revamped base that when you actually click it into the base to like recharge and actually play on your TV. The new base has a slightly different design, plus it has the ability to plug in a LAN cable, so a network cable into the base, and there's enhanced audio for the actual console when it's outside the base. It's not 4K. There's no additional RAM. There's no faster processor. It is kind of a letdown, to be honest with you. I was waiting for a Switch Pro. I wanted something that was in 4K, at least, projecting onto my TV. I understand that 4K on a 7-inch screen is not really needed. You don't need to convince me of that because pixel density, I understand that. But if I'm going to project it onto my fucking 4K TV that's, 50 plus inches, then it is going to matter. Still no Bluetooth, which is another big deal, which nobody seems to bring up.
It's weird.
Like the Switch does not have fucking Bluetooth. Apparently this one still will not. It's like you're a console that is portable with no Bluetooth.
Wait, how does the controllers connect to the unit?
They use some weird proprietary thing, but there's no Bluetooth audio, like at all.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like I love the Switch, but these are my critiques of the Switch is that they're missing certain features.
And the controllers don't have, at least, do the controllers have headphone jacks?
No,
Oh, wow.
they do not. It's really stupid. They need to fucking fix it. Like they have like these weird accessories to have like to enable Bluetooth, but it's like it's an extra thing. But like you can put the extra thing in the fucking
In the dock.
yeah. Like, not even the dock. You can put it in the fucking car. There's room for it in there.
I got Bluetooth headphones that fit in my fucking ear.
Yeah, like if I could fit more than that in my fucking phone, I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my phone. I get it. My phone is more expensive than the Switch, but if you made the Switch more expensive, I don't give a fuck. If you'd have made the Switch Pro $500 and it gave the features that I was just talking about, I'd have bought it. 100%. I'd have bought it.
It would still sell out.
Yeah.
100%. It'd be one of the. It's funny we don't talk about this, but one of the fastest selling and probably the most units sold console in 2020 was the Switch.
Yeah.
The Switch was impossible to get
Yeah.
at the beginning of the pandemic. It is impossible. Like in between February and like April, they were like selling out and then just nothing for months.
Like, it's funny because, like, when you go to, like, Target or whatever, outside they'll have, like, a sign of stuff that they're sold out on.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fucking toilet paper, paper towels, hand sanitizers, Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
Well, and then when the PlayStation and Xboxes came out, then those were
sold out too.
Oh yeah.
And now apparently gas is like $5 million.
But it's interesting that we just had E3 like I don't know a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And they didn't announce this during E3. Like I wonder if they're like oh we listened to Black and Times Finney and they were like the Nintendo was a fucking letdown, this and that.
Yeah.
We need to piss them down to this. Let's make us some shit.
Let's let them down even more.
Yeah.
All that.
We'll say we have a console that's LED or OLED or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, the Vita had that fucking 8 years ago? Like a long time ago. I don't give a shit. In the, what was it? The Zune HD had OLED a long time ago.
Damn.
So like, I don't really give a fuck about OLED is good, yeah, like I get it, but it's like that's not revolutionary.
No.
At this point, like Nintendo, I understand your business model, but at some point, if you keep not pushing the envelope as far as like new technology with visuals and audios go, like you're gonna get left behind. And so far, you're getting lucky that you're not, because you're depending on your first party games. But at some point, you're gonna fuck up and you're gonna fall behind. I mean, just look at Xbox. They've fallen far behind. They're in last place right now, and it's because of their they have it's actually on the other extreme end, where they have all this tech but no first party games. So just I want you to make a serious console again. Don't get me wrong, I love the Switch, I really do. I was playing Hades the other day. It's a great fucking game. But if developers cannot make the games that they want to make on your console that are third party, then you're gonna have a serious issue, because they're gonna have certain technological things that they want to showcase in their games, and you're not gonna have the tech for them. So why would they make it? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we got Mario games. We got fucking blah blah blah. I get it, but you're not gonna retain your audience if you just keep doing that.
We need more power. Power to pump you up.
Yeah, I want to see a realistic Mario.
So there's a question in the chat for you. Do you still have to use your phone to chat with other players? Is that how you chat?
Yeah, I think so. I don't play very many. This is another thing about Nintendo. Is their multiplayer shit is the fucking disaster. It's a fucking disaster.
It's been that way since the Wii.
Yeah, you have to have like some weird friend ID code thing, and you can't do group chat. You have to do it through your phone, and you can't do voice chat because there's no easy way to do it on the Switch. It's really fucking dumb. And they need to streamline to like modern gaming. You need to have like an actual voice chat where it's not complicated. You stop having fucking friend IDs and have actual usernames, user IDs, and just make it easier to like connect with people. I think that's what they're missing with like all their recent consoles, is that there's no easy way to like connect online with people. Yeah, in person, you guys are doing a great job. I mean, it's so easy to fucking break up controllers and play, Mario
Party.
Kart. Yeah, Mario Party.
So good.
But if you want to play it online, it's way more fucking complicated and it's unnecessary. So
especially with like especially with like the whole pandemic, like they really missed out on an opportunity to like have like a network or something, because a lot of people were staying at home and gaming at home basically, and the fact that like they couldn't like game like how you could with the other consoles over like the internet or whatever, just made it a whole lot difficult for people to like, I don't know, enjoy playing your I mean, I know fucking what's the name was Game Busters, fucking not Monster Hunter, Animal Crossing. Was that what?
Both of them.
No, but Animal Crossing that's the one on Nintendo, right? That was like
Animal Crossing's on, I think, all of them.
I thought it was only on the Nintendo Switch.
Maybe. Well, Animal Crossing is on the Switch, but I think it might have migrated.
I'm pretty sure it's only on the Switch.
Well, yeah, Animal Crossing's on it, but Monster Hunter was also big too. Monster Hunter Rise is only on the Switch.
It is, but I mean, they're getting away with like they're getting away with a lot that they should not be able to get away with. I think the main reason why they're getting away with it is because for parents that don't have a lot of money, the Switch is the cheapest one out there. So it's super easy to buy it and get your kid into like the latest quote unquote console. But when it comes to like actual like serious gamers, it's not the ideal console. You know, I've owned all the consoles for the past few generations, and the only time Nintendo in recent memory, the only time where Nintendo was kind of on top was with the Wii. But even then, it was graphically deficient from other consoles. But the novelty of those goddamn controllers.
The wands? Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! They blew it
Yeah.
out of the water, but the novelty is gone with those. I mean, the DualSense controller is so much better than the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. It's so much better. So much better. But even so is the Xbox controller with the adapter triggers and the everything is just better. You know?
I kind of miss the wand because a lot of the shooters on the Wii, like you can take your wand and put them in like. Because I have a Nerf gun where you can put the wand in so you can shoot and shit. And it had like so you could take the barrel out and it would be, you know, like a Wii controller. You put it back in, it's a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. And then so there's a bunch of like Dead Aim, that crazy ass game, or no, not Dead Aim, but that super like B movie
It's like the
zombie game.
Oh.
It's a zombie game, but it felt like a wannabe Quentin Tarantino movie. It was great. And then like the Time Crisis games and all that shit.
Oh god.
Or yeah, it was Ghost Squad. Ghost Squad and like a bunch of other games. You could get these like Wii like guns and stuff, Nerf guns and all that, and just, it was great. But now like to me the controllers for the Switch are super cumbersome. Like the ones with the little, I don't even know what it's called, where you have to attach the Joy-Cons to the side and stuff, and just like this feels fucking weird.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I think that the Switch controllers are better than the Wii controllers. Because you can attach them into a normal controller, and if you don't like them, you sell the Switch Pro controller. That's the one that I prefer.
I've seen that
the
one.
Pro controller.
But it's also kind of cool how you can turn. I guess I'm assuming you can do this. I'm not sure if it's true, but you can take the controllers and have two players.
Yeah.
Using just one controller by just
You
one
split
person
them
take
apart.
one.
Yeah,
half,
you split
whatever.
them off. Yeah. That's how we play Mario Party.
But to be honest, I mean, when you split them apart, it's like more towards kids' hands than adult hands.
Yeah, because they're
Like,
super small.
Yeah, you're just like
They're like the size of candies, like a
Yeah.
like a
Kids,
stick of like
The fun size that you get for
yeah
Halloween and shit.
yeah, pretty much. It's like a fun size like what's that the $100,000? It's like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's like that.
Fuck. But you really wanted a goddamn Butterfinger.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the $100,000.
I get a
That's all
fucking
that.
whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I remember the Wii also had like so for multiplayer or for speech, you had to buy the Wii Speak, and you had to like get the like sensor, and you had to put in a specific spot, and you had to be a certain feet away, and all this other bullshit for
Too
it to
much.
work. But you still needed the friend ID. You still needed friend ID. You still had to find them. It was like super cumbersome, and like most people just like attached a USB keyboard, which worked way better, and it was more responsive. It was just super weird. Now I thought that they fixed that with the Switch, and I guess not.
Yeah, no, the friend ID is still a thing, and it's just fucking dumb. Like, so right now, like, just to give you an example. If you wanted to friend me on PlayStation or even Xbox, my user ID is Cronus1, KR0NUS, and the number 1. You can friend me right now. Just say you listen to the podcast, and I'll accept a friend request. But for PlayStation but for Nintendo, I have no fucking idea what my friend ID is. No idea.
Yeah, it's like numbers and letters.
Yeah, I'm like, it's way easier for me to just say, Cronus1. But numbers and letters, like, randomly generated, it's just bad coding.
It's like that scene from Les Mis Ra or whatever, where Hugh Jackman's character is just singing his fucking prison number.
What the fuck? You watched Les Mis?
It's just like I know my, what is it
Social
called?
security number?
Stream?
No, I know my
Or
employee number, my
Oh.
employee ID for the company that I work for.
Shit.
It's a large company. Yeah, I thought it was, I memorized it to, like, in spite of the corporation. Because I was like,
Wow.
it's funny to, like, memorize it, but now I have to actually, there's times I'm like, I'm glad I memorized it. Because, like, when I have IT issues, I have to, like, give her my ID number, and it's just like it's stupid. Like you don't even care that I'm a person. Like first of all, any corporation out there listening, if you have people working for you, if you're a fucking CEO, and if I understand they have employee ID numbers, don't fucking tell them that. Like don't tell them the goddamn ID number. Don't make them go by the ID number because then you're literally just a fucking number.
Yeah.
It's very degrading. Even I'm highly paid, but knowing that I have an employee ID number and that I occasionally have to give it out to other people that I work for, is it's fucking bullshit. Like you should just by name, it's fine. My name is unique. Just saying. And even if your name is not unique, have like some other kind of code system. Just stop making people feel like they're fucking cogs in the machine.
Yeah.
Even though they are, just fucking pretend.
Yeah.
Right.
Employee numbers are always unique.
Well, so far, like the companies I work for, I've been pretty lucky. Like, or at least for my email address, I haven't had I haven't had to have a number.
Well, no, I don't have a number either. But if I have to like do certain things at like my job, I have to literally put in like this.
Yeah.
I had to do it the other day, and I was just like, I still remember this, my actual ID number. So it's funny, but also I still have to do this. Like it's stupid.
So I'm actually on Facebook. Since we're talking about gaming right now, I'm on Facebook, and our homeboy Hobby just posted a video. It looks like there's going to be a Red Dead Redemption online game that's coming, or not online, but I guess a series called what shit was it called?
They're just expanding their online thing, man.
It's called Blood Money.
Yeah, you're far behind. They do this all the time. Like same
Every
thing
few months.
with GTA.
Yeah.
Well, because that's July 13th.
Yeah, it's a new event for them.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. What everyone is talking about, which we probably should briefly talk about, is Sony State of Play is tomorrow. And someone asked us to talk about it, and someone asked us something specific. Really quick.
I had to let somebody down because they were like, "Is there going to be God of War on there?"
Oh,
no, there will not be a God of War, and no, there will not be. What is it? Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West, and there was a couple other things too. Let me look it up again because I was looking at the Nintendo Switch thing, but yeah.
So what are they gonna? I'm wondering what they're gonna show. Did they?
I think it's
preview?
new games. Okay, here it is. This is from PlayStation Canada. This showcase will not include updates on the next God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, or the next generation of PlayStation VR. Stay tuned throughout the summer, though. We'll have more updates soon, which is fine. Hope maybe they'll update with something new. There's other games that are going to come out. I'm not expecting God of War to come out until late 2022 at best. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West I would expect to be in mid 2022.
Oh,
maybe
I think they have a release date. I think it is.
Okay.
I'd probably be pushed back.
Yeah, my original statement stands. I don't care what they say when they say it is. If they say it's going to be at the end of this year, I don't believe you. So, yeah, this is understandable. Like a lot of these things get pushed back. As long as the next God of War is at least as good as the last one, I don't give a fuck when it comes out. If it comes out at the end of the fucking life cycle, I don't give a shit. It's just like when remember Metal Gear Solid with the PS3. It's supposed to be a launch title, and they pushed it back for like 3 fucking years.
Yeah,
and it was still amazing.
So it looks like God of War. It already got pushed back, did it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2022. So Forbidden West has a 2021 release date, but no set date. So that's probably going to get pushed back. Probably early Q1 2022. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I'm trying to see how do you watch the State of Play.
I believe
probably
it'll be probably on the console and possibly on YouTube because almost everything's on YouTube now.
So it looks like it starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 2 o'clock here.
Yeah, that's right.
Math right.
So it should be interesting to see what they're gonna do. Maybe we'll see new IPs. Maybe we'll see just some stuff. I mean, I won't be surprised if they show Dying Light 2, and they'll be like, they get exclusive timed content for Dying Light 2. Probably some other stuff will be out. Maybe another Little Big Planet, maybe.
I'm seeing a lot of stuff about this Deathloop.
Oh yeah, Deathloop.
About late this year.
Yeah, Deathloop. I think is also a timed release. I think it's like a year lock or something like that.
It was supposed to come out September 14th this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
On the PS5 and for Windows.
Yeah, and they'll probably release some more like
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah, which will be interesting. So I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if they also show the new Alien game, which is supposed to be out in August. There'll probably be some exclusive content for that as well.
I don't know. I'm ready for a PS6. They need to talk about that.
God dang. Damn.
Yeah, I guess got the PS5, right? Well, fuck it. Throw that shit away.
Oh, yeah. There'll probably be some new accessories for the PS5.
Well, I've seen commercials for like for different color controllers, which is
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and probably some maybe you can decal your stuff, maybe I don't know.
Which would be easy because all it does is just fucking pop off.
Mm-hmm.
Like having like a new skin or some shit for the PS5 would be kind of fucking. Because I know like there's companies that are out there making new skins that you can purchase, and Sony went after them and they had to like shut down or whatever. But
true, they probably bought them. I wouldn't be surprised on the.
But like the details for the shit they were releasing, they even had like the PlayStation like logo or like the controller logos embedded into the fucking skins that they were creating.
I also heard rumors that Hideo Kojima is working on a project after Death Stranding. We might see that.
Is it Death Found?
It might be.
Death Rescue.
There's rumors of a sequel. There's rumors of a new IP. So hopefully he's there and he shows what he's working on. Maybe there'll probably be some more independent stuff as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe Prodigy's dream will come true, and maybe we'll see some Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer come through. I kind of doubt it, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
I'm trying to see what came out on PSN this month for.
This month I know Star Wars Squadrons is still on there, so we'll see.
Looks like we got Black Ops 4, A Plague Tale.
Black Ops 4?
I'm trying to see what it is. A Plague Tale in Innocent came out on PS5. We got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for PS4.
I bought that shit.
WWE 2K Battleground.
There you go.
I haven't played a WWE game in fucking forever since it's fucking Nintendo.
Do you even still keep up with that stuff?
No.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what wrestlers out there right now.
Yeah, it's kind of the only ones I know of. The ones that are in the Gears of War, the shit. I forgot their name. The Pact or whatever they're called. I don't know.
I remember I went to a WrestleMania event. Somebody was hosting, and I was like, wait, it was I think the women's were doing like a Royal Rumble or something like that, and like I was like, okay, how come there's only 2 females in the ring, but everybody else got magically fucking thrown out? Like, how come they're not coming back into the ring? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, nothing made any goddamn sense. Like, I was like, this shit's all staged.
Of course, they're all like rolling around. They're all like rolling around on the ground, holding their head, and all of a sudden they get up, run back in the ring, smack somebody, then dip.
I mean, listen, wrestling is obviously quote unquote fake, but if I threw you from 6 feet off the ground,
oh yeah.
Even onto like a fucking padded ground, I would expect you to get up right away.
No, true that.
I'm just saying.
True that. But it's funny, when I went to Mexico City like 2 years ago, like I went to a Lucha Libre match, and that shit was so fucking entertaining. Like, even though like it was obvious that it was staged, but that shit was so much. I mean, maybe it was the fucking $1.25 fucking beers that were pumped through my system after I had like 8 of them. But that shit was a lot of fucking fun. And like where we were sitting, like that's where the bad guys were coming out and like high-fiving people as they came in, slapped one kid in the back of the head and just kept running down stage. But no, other than all, like that shit was a lot of fun. I mean, it's all about entertaining. As long as you're entertaining, you have a good time, not hurting nobody.
I'm pretty sure it's just like any other sporting event. It's way more entertaining if you're actually there than watching on TV. Because I bet you those Lucha Libre matches, you saw one up close and personal. You said it was super fun. I bet you watching on TV is not as cool.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be fucking boring. I was like, when we got into the stadium, it was like, I don't know, it looked like a high school gym, and it was pretty fucking tiny, but once they all came in there and that fucking stadium started to pack up, I was like, okay, this shit's fucking legit. Like, this shit's fucking the bomb. I actually had a really good fucking time.
Right on.
And I was wearing my Lucha Libre mask like a fucking baller. I'm glad they didn't call me down to the ring because I probably got my ass kicked.
All right. Anything else we want to move on to?
I have too many windows.
No. All over the place.
You dropped some shit.
Yeah, I dropped my phone. So apparently Windows 11 is coming, and I'm like, what? I don't need a new OS. I don't need them to fuck up my shit more. But
Just buy a Mac.
Dude, I finally finished watching
Learn Linux.
Castlevania.
I know quite a bit of Linux, but I
Do
don't
you
feel
though?
like it.
Do you though?
Yeah, I do.
So then then install Linux on your laptop.
Install it in
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't want to do dual boot. I'm too lazy.
But yeah, I finished watching Castlevania. And
Oh, yes.
holy shit, the last season was fucking crazy as hell.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, and it had a great fucking ending for the season finale. Was this the final season of the
Yeah,
show?
that's it. And apparently they announced a spin-off series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a prequel though or a sequel series. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a prequel, which is fine because we didn't get Simon, and like Simon's Quest is usually one of the more popular talked about ones. So we'll see.
Yeah, I was literally watching a show, and Dracula's son, he goes by Ocula?
A la carte.
Alucard. And, like, literally, I was, like, looking at it, I was like, wait, that's just fucking Dracula backwards.
Wow, I can't believe it took you that long.
Well, no, because I don't know, I don't think I ever paid attention to, like, the spelling or wording. I just, like, oh, that's a pretty fucking dope name. Even though in Batman versus Dracula, or the Batman versus Dracula, like Dracula goes by that name, and it didn't fucking even dawn on me with the series. I just thought he just had a fucking dope ass old school fucking name.
Do you know what your name is backwards?
Linand?
Oh, Ninja?
I don't. Yeah, I actually
Matt?
use my name backwards as one of my shepherds for Mass Effect. It's awesome.
Mine would be Nashar.
It's awesome. All right.
I think there's some guy out there who can like speak backwards, like not just saying words backwards, but actually, if you were to record him saying a word backwards and you paid it, if you record him saying something backwards and played it backwards, it will be the word how it should be pronounced forward.
Isn't that one of those magic dudes like Chris Angel or something?
No, this is
that?
like some guy who has like, I don't know, he has like a Guinness Book World Record for some reading so many words backwards in a certain amount of time, but that's fucking dope. That's a weird fucking talent to have.
Oh, y'all see this Ghost of Tsushima director's cut
Yeah.
coming out pretty quick? So I had to research this because I was super confused. I was like, is this just a PS5 only? Is this an upgrade? Is this something different? So the director's cut has DLC attached to it. So if you get it on the PS5, it'll be the original game plus the DLC. It's like $69.99. If you have it on the PS4, if you already own the game, you can order the director's cut for $19.99 up until August 20 something. I think the 27th. I want to say it's not somewhere around there, late August. You have about from now until August to upgrade the game, which will give you the DLC. So you already have the game, but for $20 you'll get basically the new. It's a new island, new stories, apparently new enemies. Obviously, it's probably gonna be new gear and weapons and stuff. So you can get it now. You can upgrade on the on PSN. You have a time limit to get the pre-order the update. I'm looking forward to going back to Ghost of Tsushima because I still never finished the raid. I only did the first part of the raid. The raid was in 3 parts, and it was like legit took like 90 minutes to get through. Even if you're communicating with your team, because some people were messing up. I think the fastest I did the first part was like an hour. And if they're adding another raid, that's just gonna blow everything up. It's a really good game if you don't own it. If you have a PS5 and you don't own it, get the director's cut. Get all the bells and whistles. Just wait for it to come out. I think it's out in August something. I don't know the exact date, but just wait until then. Or you can buy the game, I guess, and upgrade. But I would recommend on the PS5, just get the PS5 version. There you go.
All right, guys, want to wrap it up?
Sorry, I was trying to look up what happened to Chris Angel. I was just like,
Oh yeah,
remember
when
that
he's still in
guy?
Vegas, ain't he?
No. Apparently, he had an accident, and
shit.
they canceled all of his shows after that.
Damn.
He had to go to the hospital.
At least he's not in jail for doing some fucked up shit.
I mean, okay.
I mean,
Yeah, this is in like 2017.
Oh shit, he must have.
He like passed out after doing like some stunt, and he's been pretty much non-existent since then, as far as I can tell.
That is.
Oh, I know he's gonna return to Las Vegas. Okay,
Oh, there you go.
let's sometime this year, maybe.
Chris Angel, 53 years old. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
And it's also like some of his shit was just bullshit. Like his show was kind of like movie magic.
Oh yeah.
So there's like things where he was like floating over people. It's like,
Yeah, he flew from building to
yeah,
building.
you can't do that.
Mm.
Like, come on. If you could, then you would do it everywhere, right?
Mhm.
Not
Yeah.
just in like one spot.
And they talked about it on like the Magician Revealed and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people. When you're doing like magical stuff, there's a suspension of disbelief, and some people have actual skills to like make things appear as if they didn't happen like that. But when he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely floating, 2 stories in the air over these people," it's like, well, there's wires. I mean, it's like you can't.
And those are actors.
Someone's pulling you up. You got like harness or something, some like fish wire that nobody can really see.
Well, yeah, it's just like, and it wasn't to me. He didn't seem very honest about it. Like this is why I like Penn and Teller when they do their stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like they're very honest. Like it's they're doing like
sleight of hand.
yeah, it's basically sleight of hand or just like fooling people, and that's what magic is. Like that sort of magic is like fooling people.
You know something? Sorry. Something I just heard about recently is that magicians can't patent their fucking magic tricks, which is interesting. But I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was. So if you're a magician and you have a magic trick, like you can patent it because I can't remember the reason why. Like it's not.
So yes and no. So if you have certain things that like devices that enable you to do quote unquote magic, then you can patent those.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, you can't like say, "Oh, I disappeared. That's magic. I own disappearing." Like no.
Same thing with like card tricks. I don't think you can patent card tricks because those card tricks have been around from like since the 1800s.
Yeah.
So no one can definitely you can't patent something that you weren't around to like say that you invented.
The podcast I was listening to, the guy was like, "Yeah, if that was the case, like all your uncles would have been in jail for fucking that whole coin behind your ear trick." That shit a long time ago.
That's all bad. All right, should we wrap it on up?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
All right, so Blue, what you got popping off this weekend? Jerking off to, seeing, getting arrested for?
Shit. So I'm trying to clean out our garage. I mean, I know Cronus is on that same fucking boat.
Yeah.
But
It's never ending.
it seriously fucking isn't. We just moved into our house. Like I still got a bunch of shit. I need
You
to go
didn't
through.
just move into your house.
Well, yeah.
You've been there for like more than a year.
Yeah, we've been there for almost 3 years, I think. Yeah. But that's like just moving in. No.
Oh,
But anyway, so like,
Hold on, you just had a kid.
yeah, they just had a kid. That's yeah, that's what you're going. But yeah, I'm trying to get the garage organized and cleaned out, get rid of a bunch of old shit I have. I bought like a bike stand rack thingy because the Sweetness and I both have bikes, and then I have a second bike, and so I have that. I built that out, and it looks pretty cool. I just worry about it fucking falling over because it uses gravity to hold the bikes up, which is fucking weird. But definitely doing that. I'm gonna try to take out my road bike and go out and put some miles on it. Other than that, we got little baby Bash is just slowly getting fucking bigger. He's officially 16 weeks today, and he'll be 4 months next week. He had an upcoming checkup coming up, so he's gonna get some more rounds of shots and vaccines and vaccinations and stuff like that. But yeah, I was supposed to do some training next week for this one tool for my work, but I guess they didn't have enough aerobant, so they canceled it. So that was kind of fucking weird, but my work is paying for it, so I didn't really care. But yeah, other than that, just chilling, living life to its fullest. And sorry, we did RIPs earlier today, but I'm gonna do a quick RIP to my auntie Ruby, who passed away recently. She passed away actually last weekend. She died of heart complications. So she passed away in her sleep, but her funeral, it happened really fast. Like it happened, she passed away on Sunday and her funeral was on Friday. and she was cremated, so I didn't have a chance to like really plan everything out to get down to LA. But R.I.P. to her. She was definitely a trooper. She had, like, I didn't know her that well. Like, I only met her I actually hung out with her a handful of times. But she seemed like a really cool chick. But man, she had like one of the deepest, groggiest voice of anybody I've ever known. Like, I always wanted to ask her, like,
She a smoker?
that's what I wanted to ask her. I was like, how many packs of cigarettes do you smoke a day? Like, woo! But yeah, she, like, last time I saw her, she was doing really well. But like, you know, you never fucking know. And like, she leaves behind her son and daughter, and her husband. So yeah, just R.I.P. to Auntie Ruby. That's it
Alright.
for me.
Cronus, what you got?
Well, I took last week off and did a whole bunch of shit around the house. We got my youngest daughter's bathroom done. It's actually totally remodeled. Looks like mermaids and shit. So it's pretty cool. I installed some lights I replaced some lights in the kitchen, that sounds easy, but I literally had to cut 3 big ass holes in my ceiling to take out like these old ass canisters
Oh shit.
and replace them, and like have to like, you know, use mud to like make it all look normal again. I'm still in the middle of it. Well, no, I'm at the end of it, but it was a huge pain in the ass. My oldest daughter, we packed up all of her stuff and we're gonna put it into like a pod tomorrow. That's gonna get shipped out to her. It's only gonna cost me like $4,000, actually more than that, but you know,
God
whatever. It's good fucking money. But yeah, she'll get all her stuff. So my youngest daughter's moving into my oldest daughter's room. Kamak is moving into my youngest daughter's room to like make it into her office. That's already happened. So yeah, we're just, you know, moving things around, doing small little upgrades to the Infinity Base. I put in like a motion sensor light outside the Infinity Base now. So
Oh, I saw that.
yeah, so like when you guys leave and come, like you have
Yeah.
lights to see.
Use solar.
Right
Yeah,
on.
and also so I see the goddamn wildlife when I open the door. I'm slightly drunk. Because the one time there was like literally a fucking family of raccoons,
Holy
Oh.
shit.
and I was like, ah, what the fuck?
Sometimes sometimes it be like that, especially when it's dark.
Yeah. Other than that, you know, just trying to get back to normal life slowly but surely. Yeah, I'm glad to have you guys back in the studio. Hopefully Stitch will come back soon.
Mhm.
Prodigy won't be back anytime soon. So yeah, we'll keep moving. Hopefully this video is better. New webcam. I'll keep making things better. So that's all I got.
Right on. Yeah, hopefully Stitch, you're able to come back because we gotta have this epic conversation pretty soon. As for me, I'm gonna see Black Widow this weekend. Either
Oh, shit,
one
that's
way or another. I haven't seen my cousin in a while, so
What's the other way?
well, either digitally or in the theater. So not what you're thinking. I'm not gonna jack someone for the movie reel.
You gonna Fast 9 it?
Yeah.
It's for family.
This podcast is for family.
Yeah, I'm actually. We didn't talk about this, but there's some Star Wars stuff that got announced. We're gonna see more information. It's basically a Star Wars anime anthology.
Yeah.
They showed the behind the scenes stuff. They didn't give out too many details. I know everyone's talking about it. It's on their Facebook page. You can watch the trailer. It's like a 3.5 minute thing. I guess I'm betting at D25, which is usually in July. It's usually in July or August, I think. It's always after Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And there's no Comic-Con until later on this year. But when Disney does D25, we're definitely going to see more. It's supposed to be out later this year. So referencing that, I'm reading my the Star Wars High Republic books. So I'm in the middle of that. So I'm trying to do that. I went back to playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint because I never finished it. And they have like a bunch of seasonal stuff that you can still play. And I had no idea. So I was like, oh, there's actually a lot of content to this fucking game. So it's like, it's pretty cool. So I've been playing that like every Saturday because I play with the squad. And then I'm still playing Mass Effect and I'm on my second playthrough, but I kind of slowed down because I've been doing some stuff. Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, it's the outro.
outro.
Haven't heard this in
I
fucking
was
years.
trying to like make it lower. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
it
didn't
came
mean to
up.
mess you up.
No,
Oh,
it's all
okay,
I
good.
was trying to fade it in.
Well, it went from being silent to just like slapping in my
Well,
face.
no, it like paused and then.
I didn't hear it until just right now, but it's all good though. But yeah, doing some. I'm gonna see me some Scarlet Ass,
Wrap it up.
and yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. Take us out of here.
So, users experience Black and Black Times Infinity.
Infinity.
The dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with BTHANBTI, BTHANBTI. Anywhere you listen to podcasts and everywhere you can listen to podcasts. You can check us out on Amazon. We actually have an app that'll let you know when we go live. You can email us at BTHANBTI@gmail.com. And then check out our official website, binheadproduction.com/BTHANBTI. Oh, we're on Twitch too.
So you guys actually have to. You can see I have to do shit
Yeah. I
now,
see.
right? When I go on a podcast, I gotta press buttons and turn shit up and say shit in. Fucking weird.
Facebook, Instagram are on there too.
Gotta be back to normal.
Every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Peace.